We are live. Welcome to the Final Scoop podcast. And today I am the host taking over old man Sean, and the two guests that we have. I didn't draft this introduction, but these are the two guys that if you know supplements by any stretch of the imagination, you will have come across these two sons of bitches in the comments and your inboxes and anything. We have Lucas. I'm not going to pronounce the last name. Let's just say Lucas, all the way from Poland.
Yes.
And then we have Alex, the one and only, which I've commonly called the Canadian Lucas. But
It's wait,
who
there's
also
similarity.
recently,
Yeah.
Just I got the facial hair.
so yeah, man. Well, welcome to the show, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. First time on here, long time listener. Super happy to be on. I think I'm one of the first few Canucks, so I'm happy about it.
I always wanted
Yeah,
to get you
and-
on, so it
I know.
finally happened.
Yeah, I'm super.
And-
yeah, and
You've got a brand.
Yeah.
You're the only one right here with the brand now.
look, I forgot about that too. Here it is for everyone.
Hell yeah, man!
Bull,
I was waiting for the shameless plug.
Bull Nutrition, 12 strong, Canadian, homegrown, right here in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Hitting across Canada pretty quickly and going a little bit international too, already in 3 different countries. So I'm super stoked about that. And we only have one product. That's the crazy part.
So you started
count,
with
like-
this one, right?
Yeah. So we started with just one. And if anyone's familiar with the regulations with Health Canada when it comes to bringing a new dietary supplement to the market, it's a very lengthy process. But it also does allow us on our end to really tweak things until we get it spot on and just right, and we don't rush something to the market.
Did you like when you say an international? Do you count like the US as like part of a one country? Or is that separate to you?
No, I still
Obviously, because you're from Canada.
in North America. No, I still say the US is international, although we're not in the US yet. Funny enough, I'm in 3 countries I never thought it would be in.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm in Australia, France, and Ireland.
Ireland.
I know.
know.
I know why you were in Australia, and I know why you were in France.
Yeah, yeah.
What about Ireland?
Yeah, Ireland. Right now we're just doing retail, but one of my major guys out there is Supplement Direct. I used to sell to them way back when, and we just hit them up, and we got in, and then we're kind of slowly spreading around there. Not even the UK, just Ireland.
Yeah, baby steps though. Once you hit Ireland,
exactly.
yeah.
For not even being a year old, we've kind of blew up pretty quickly. But just to give you a little bit of a background on me, for those who may or may not know, I've been in like the field of supplements for the last 10 years, starting in French Canada and just doing translations for all the other American brands, from translating everything from English to French, so it can be compliant with the Canadian market, especially the French Canadian. So working provincial, then working national, and then going international after that. So it was just like a lot of brands were able to see what I was able to accomplish by taking a very hardcore American brand or a very, another Canadian brand that was not familiar with the French Canadian market and giving it a platform. And then I would say, okay, accomplish that. We do it for the next one. And then the next one after that. So it was always someone new each and every time. And so I was in the corporate field of all of that for a very long time before I was on hold with a few other brands, had long-term contracts, and it would help them go further out across Canada or even international.
How did Bull Nutrition come about? Like, was it sort of just
so this
you and a bro?
Well, this is funny stories because when I got back into retail, so for those who don't know, I also own a retail store called Fitness City Supplements in Montreal. When I got back into retail, I got in contact with now one of my very good buddies and my partner, Gaetano, who said, hey, we seen you at the supplement store. We have, we do the boxing upstairs. We know you're very well recognized in Canadian market. We came up with a pre-workout called I forget what it was called at the time, which is called pre-workout from called Bull Nutrition. And Bull Nutrition at the time was being manufactured somewhere in the US. from a manufacturer that just said, hey, give us a lot of money. We'll pump out any formulas you want. And here it is. They made like gummies, they made aminos and protein, and it all tasted like ass at the end of the day. So they had no idea what they were getting into. They just had, the capital to say, we should do supplements. They were also coming from an athletic background with boxing. So I tried the original 12 strong. It wasn't even as intense as it was today. And it was just horrendous. And I was just open and honest. It's like, you really need to redo this all over again. So a few months go by. They get in touch with now one of some of my other partners who was coming from another distribution company. He said, listen, I can help you with this. And it just so happens to be cousins. I will redo the formulas. I will get you into the right places in the marketing. And lo and behold, as I was building, they still kept me on the side to send me samples. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I would give them my honest feedback. To one point, they said, hey, are you heading to Toronto for the Toronto Pro Show? I'm like, yeah, I am. Because my girlfriend is working. She does a lot of spray tanning. I had a few meetings out there. It's like, hey, we would like to know if you can spend like a few hours with us at the booth and help sell the product. It's like, okay, so you guys just are out there. It's like, yeah, we got our compliancy. We have a brand new formula. We scratched everything else. We just have one now. One being 12 strong, as we know, as it is today. So I was like, okay, good. I'll help you move it. I tried it. I loved it. I love the formula in the back of it. And I was just, wheeling and dealing, making sales, educating people, getting some wholesale guys to come in to take a look at it as well. And kind of by the end of that day, both of my partners realized it's like, we need someone like Alex on board who is going to take this brand, nurture it, and also allow it to expand and grow, because he has the additional contacts that we don't. He knows the right people. He doesn't. I know influencers, but I'm not interested in giving products to influencers. I'm interested in giving to those who are distribution, who have the initial contacts, manufacturers, retailers. Those are the people who are going to be willing to bring your product in, not someone who is just heavily based off of TikTok or Instagram or whatever social media platform, lasts for 3 months and then boom, you don't see them ever again. So I was able to coordinate and get into the right locations as we wanted to. A month or two go by, I get offered a deal to become a partner. And lo and behold, here I am today. And with everything else I've done so far, we've headed to Olympia, had some great meetings, expanded internationally, sat down, done some reformulations, working on new formulations right now. And for those, Shane, I'll probably announce it now. For those that may have not seen it, we are going to be heading to the Arnold Classic at the Stacked Pavilion. So that was an opportunity we did not want to pass up, and we jumped on it immediately. So it was, if I didn't listen to your daily weekly briefing, like I would have skipped over this completely. So it does allow us to reach a whole new audience, especially an American audience that has heard of us, have seen us, may have never tried us. So we really are looking forward to hearing the feedback from an American consumer base on what they really think about our pre-workout. Because as Canadians, I can tell you right now, there's a lot of copy and paste out there, because it's either you put in the work and you make something great, example, or you literally just take a familiar formula, use the same NPN that someone else has, and then put it on the market, focusing on marketing. It's brands here are getting lazy. They're not trying anymore. They just want to make quick turnaround, and then that's it. While we're here for the longevity, so might as well be patient about it, really hone down on the formulas and focus heavily on those relationships.
Damn.
I know.
Like it was a wild ride for the last year or so.
Oh my God, bro, you have no idea.
I have some
I wanted
idea.
to ask you, Alex, about one thing.
Go.
Because we know each other from the other brand that you
Oh.
work with.
Yeah.
So was it hard as far as the transitioning from this gig to this one?
So I won't name drop, but when they let me go and we were really building them up, and when they said no more, and this was more because of what I heard through the grapevine, was that the owner was getting very jealous of the fact that people were calling and wanted to speak with me because they thought I was the owner of the brand, because I was the one always on the phones, always making the calls, and he got annoyed by that. And apparently it took him like 5 minutes to make his final decision. He was like, no, I don't want him. I don't want him here, blah, blah, blah. He's awful. He's terrible. No, 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 no. Just no's across the board. So when that happened, though, I mean, I kind of had to make the announcement to a few of my retailers, and they were just as shocked. But it was a lot of other brand owners, buddies I was speaking to, that literally just messaged me. It's like, "Are you like, what happened? Did you punch him in the face or something?" And like, that's reasonable. It's like, no, they just said bye. They just like terminate my contract. Here's your last month of pay, and that's the end of it. So it was more of a blessing in disguise, and it kind of reevaluated. Like I had to stop working for and start working with brands, and opposed to them dictating what they think is best for the brand, which at the end of the day, it is theirs. But you hired me for a reason. You didn't hire me just just to sit there at a table and just make cold calls all day. I was much more involved. So I never like to just be on the sidelines. I like to be deep into it. So needless to say, I know a few distributors that have dropped them because they just can't deal with them anymore. They rather deal with me directly, which was, I greatly appreciated that. And still to this day, now a Bull, they're like, oh, send us samples. Like, if you're behind this brand, we want to try it. Absolutely. So to me, I was just, flabbergasted by that it's not the brand people want to work with. It's the people behind the brand. It's the sales reps. It's the VP of sales. It's sometimes even the owners too, because, no matter where you go, it's like they will follow you because, that person has always taken care of me in the past, and they're going to proceed to do that going forward, because brick and mortar at the end of the day is still very, very important. Distributors are still very, very important. So you have to make sure you have able to negotiate the right deals, but it is a character you are as a person that carries with you along the way. And if you begin to burn bridges along that way, you will tarnish your reputation and your name. To this day, there are individuals that I've known who threw me under the bus and have thrown others, and now they're calling everyone to just do some sort of business, and no one wants to touch them with a 12-foot pole, because they know if they do, they're extremely, extremely going to be in trouble, and most likely they're going to, ruin themselves as well. Alex is best, always great service, advice, and best. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you, my Russian brother. Appreciate it, my man. We got all walks of life coming on here. So needless to say, man, I think it was the right thing that happened. It needed to happen to be in a position where my partner in the retail space came to me. It's like, hey, I know you're having interviews with other brands and you get other offers. You kind of want to help me out in the store for a bit because I just bought it and I have no contacts whatsoever. I'm like, yeah, sure. So we started bringing in brands like Iron Brothers, Mark, TC Nutrition, some good local Canadian brands. Started using outside contacts too, as well as a few other brands. Ninja being like a heavy staple. We did a bit of Apollon too for a good time, Performax. And next thing you know, I'm part owner of that as well. So I got like 2 other partners in there for the store, and I'll make another announcement. I've been talking this whole time. Don't worry. I'll let you guys talk a little bit.
Go ahead. It's easier for us.
I'm going to be opening up my second location of Fitness City Supplements in Hawkesbury, Ontario, which is right at the border of Quebec. So it's about 45 minutes from my other location, 45 minutes from me as well. And so we're very excited to be getting that going. I'm about to sign the paper soon. So we're going to have not 1, but 2 locations, and they're going to be carrying, of course, once again, 12 strong as well. Yep.
So closer
nice.
to border, so it's easier to smuggle stuff.
Yes, very good, Lucas. Smart boy. Yeah, it's welcome,
man. That's a big deal.
Yeah, so there's been a lot in the works. It is not easy. I've had calls at 3 a.m. with the other side of the world for brokering or for Bull Nutrition, and I've had emergencies where I've had to go in the store at last minute. But I wouldn't change it for anything else in the world, because it's great to know and to say that, this is mine. I've worked for this and for this moment, and to have your name behind something means a lot more. So I figure whatever I learned from the corporate side of the industry, I can implement into retail, and also whatever mistakes that were being made on a high level of corporate with certain legacy brands, we should stay far away from, because I think the one lesson I've learned a lot from COVID is that we are not in position anymore to throw shade to each other, let alone to talk ill, in my situation, call Health Canada on each other. Because listen, we're like, we call on one person If they're doing something very wrong, it's reasonable. But if someone just has a product that may not have an MPN, or you know what, someone is just, you know, spreading rumors, it ruins it for everybody. It really does, because they don't want you to have these supplements, or they don't want you to excel in your business. Not to get political, but pharmaceutical wants to come in there and take it over, especially in my country. So we need to make sure we're all on the same playing field. We need to make sure we all respect each other. If someone is ruining it for everyone else, and we all come together and make sure that person stops, but we all need to support each other. We've all lost money. We all had to bring each other back up, and we all had to support each other. And trust me when I tell you, there are certain retailers, certain franchise retailers across the country who are still very selfish, not like-minded, not willing to help or support, will throw shade and talk ill to other ones. Their businesses are falling or just becoming stagnant, where they are no longer wanting to provide a service to the consumer, where they care more about their 60 to 70% margins, and that's it. And quite frankly, that is a business model that's very archaic, and it no longer works in the space, and it's not beneficial for external growth or bringing in new clientele. They'll never have returning sales. I have that one sale, and the person will go end up to another supplement store, or they end up coming to me. Because the thing is, I might as well be honest with you, even if you purchase nothing, but you'll come back to me because at least I'm being honest with you. I'd rather sell you. I'd rather give you information before I sell you a product that you need.
Mhm.
Plain and simple. So, you know, we build a reputation like that. And for someone to say like, oh no, your store's kind of small, probably not going to do well, you're probably getting by. Listen, I got a second location coming up. We're looking at a third. Bull Nutrition is growing. So treat those how you want to be treated in the industry. This is an industry that is ran by a bunch of meatheads half of the time, who are always going to and end up talking ill about someone else or screwing someone over. And then I'm here with two great gentlemen. We're just missing two others today. That we all have.
We are also meatheads. I feel like we are all.
We are
90% meatheads.
We just have morals. That's the only difference. We have common.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I presume ourselves to be, you know, on the other side of the fence, where, you know, we can all support each other as one, because I'm so tired of this industry where we just have to talk and bash each other all the time. I'm guilty of doing that too for a couple things, but but if I'm going to say that, I'm not going to work directly with that brand or that person, because I don't like how they conduct business, or how they treat others, or how they treat themselves in the longevity of things.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man, you've been through a lot. I think,
Bro, I'll shut up
I
now.
know that brand as well. I think I know the brand you're referring to.
Yeah,
I was gonna say something, but I was like, nah, it's too on the nose.
Not today. Not today.
I don't want to drop the name as well.
No. Not today. The ones who know me will pick it up right away.
It wouldn't be nice. Plus, I like my Alex. I'm not gonna bash him or put him on a train wreck.
No, man. It's the brands are the people who are gonna treat others poorly. It's just I just don't associate myself with you. I really don't have time for that.
Hey, so being a Canadian, and you know, and you're having your own shop, you know, in Canada, you know, which brands, in your opinion, are growing, or like, you know, showing some I should say, like, you know,
promising
improvement, or promises,
if I'm looking across the board, if I'm like working my way from out west all the way east, if we're like British Columbia, Vandal, Matthew's doing a great job out there. I mean, you know, he's going to be at the Arnold's too. It's a very niche product he has. I have it in the store. I'm one of the few Quebec stores that have it. I love the quality, love the packaging. He has worked really hard on his formulas, and the price point for what he's offering for retail is phenomenal. He came to Montreal. He's had a few meetings with some other guys, but he is such a cool dude. He really is. So I can't wait to see him again at the Arnold's. Of course, Mutant, PVL, Jim and Ian, they're just doing crazy as always. And they're good-hearted people. I'm glad to see them in the space and really getting out there. Even Jim wrote to me recently if I'm heading to the Arnold's, so I'm hoping to see him there as well. Another good one too is probably TC Nutrition, Tony. So I think we're all familiar with Batch 27. I think it just keeps winning pre-workout of the year from Supplement King, and rightfully so, because I have it in my store as well. I don't even have to promote it, and it just moves on its own. So Flavor profile is good. Formula is on point, and it's one of those things that just works for everyone. So he really nailed it. And Shane, I don't know if you saw, he's coming out with a new limited edition flavor. It's
Apple candy.
Apple candy. Yeah, I already ordered a few units of those for the store, so I'm looking to trying that. It's really good. So yeah, I really like what Tony and Mike are doing. And then I'm going by province. Give me a minute.
Sure.
So big on Ontario, I would probably, I'll give a shout out to Mark Burton from Iron Brothers too. Mark just recently launched a protein as well. He's doing crazy numbers on an online platform, and I have like the Ruthless pre-workout in the store too. He's done very well on that aspect, and I just like to see him keep growing and growing to see what new innovations he's going to be coming up with soon. I'm probably gonna fucking forget a few as well, but if I'm really trying to narrow it down and think, everything out of Toronto though, which is kind of American to begin with, so I'm just trying to really. And then I would like okay. So one Quebec brand which I am a fan of, which also now my girlfriend works as their international rep. Excuse me, not international, but Ontario rep is Unity. They're based here in Quebec. I'm very good friends with the owner. I had them myself. The juice protein, because I know you guys, when David was on, you guys were talking about juice protein not too long ago. So, yes, juice protein.
I might not have been on it.
No, not you.
Cool.
No,
juice protein.
Juice protein with David.
No. He's just saying like clear protein.
Clear protein. There we go.
Yeah, clear protein.
Yeah. Okay. We call it juice. Clear protein.
With the foam.
Yes, with the foam. Yeah.
Okay.
So they're really good. It took them a year to get their flavor profile on point. Absolutely delicious all around. They will be attending the Arnold's too, by the way. They're coming down. They have a few meetings set up. They have a few interesting U.S. buyers on top of it. So they will be coming by the booth too. And I have to say, they've been in my store for quite some time now. And it is extremely refreshing on a hot summer day. If you're just tired of the traditional chocolate and vanilla from your standard whey protein, isolate, concentrate, hydrolyzed, whatever it may be, these guys are really bringing something up new. Different flavor profiles, and it's not heavily overly sweetened. It's just right on point. No artificial dyes in there. So I give them full credit for what they're doing, because they have one product. I believe they just launched creatine as well, but they have one product and they're killing it across Canada, and also working their way into the US. So I like to see that, because usually French Canadian brands do not get the same traction as some of them should rightfully deserve across Canada. It's about who you know, and believe it or not, there is a language barrier. But they have gone above and beyond to really make sure that they establish themselves not as a provincial brand, but more of a national brand. So I give them full credit for that. And lastly, Jack Factory. I mean, I'm good friends with John Williams. I love Jack. I have it in my store. Neutral Holdings. Formulas are great.
Damn good prices.
Damn good prices too. I'll do it across the board. And listen, my employees are mostly STEM junkies, but they've had the nitro surge, and they say, you know what? They like it. This is clean. Mm-hmm. This is great. This is something we can refer to anyone, whether you are taking a pre-workout for the first time or you're a veteran when it comes to pre-workouts. You can't go wrong with it. Other great products from their Authentic ISO, their Hydro Surge. I'm trying to get more products in. We're trying to make, I know John's trying to make a few others compliant for the Canadian market. And most recently, I'm actually finishing up right now is the Transparent Labs 100% grass-fed whey protein isolate too, which if you ever take a look at the nutritional panel, there's no other additives in there. Like it's probably 5 words in total, where we're probably all used to seeing soy lecithin, dextrose, maybe just a tiny bit of amino spiking in there. And I tried to avoid that at all costs. And I was looking at that, and it was a gorgeous formula. 130 calories, 28 grams of protein. I have the oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, super delicious. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend you take a look at that protein too. Oh, and you know what? One more brand, then I'll shut up. Perfect Sports. Shout out to Bruce for that one. Yeah. I had a meeting with them at the Olympia too. They're heavily known for their New Zealand
Diesel.
Isolate protein. Yes, Shane, you would know much about that too. Yes.
I know jack shit about New Zealand whey isolate. Okay.
Well, hey man, I it's a big seller here. I just tell people, look, it's from New Zealand. It's like, ooh, it must be special. It's like,
Yeah,
go talk to
I didn't
Shane.
know we were.
Tell you otherwise.
I didn't know about this until it was someone showed this. No, Etienne told me. He's like, oh, your country makes great whey, and I was like,
No, we don't.
who the hell, who the shit told you that? And he said, yeah, and he showed me the picture of Diesel, and then he showed me a couple others, and I was like, is it just whey from New Zealand? Like, is there any attachment to it? Like,
So what they told me was from New Zealand, and they had a certification and everything from that, and I think somewhere in Australia as well. But it's another good brand that
Nice.
sells in my store too. Well recognized. That is a flagship product, which is Diesel. You can put 2 scoops in there, and it goes down as easy as water. It's very, very digestible.
Cows in New Zealand are treated differently, man.
Yeah, man. Like I think the best thing that's
that
ever
might be it, yeah.
I think the best thing that ever came out in New Zealand was Shane Smith and
Lord of the Rings.
cows. Yeah.
No, Lord of the Rings. Don't forget Lord
Lord of the Rings.
That was
I was
that
I
one
was
of the
gonna
only
say
things.
I was gonna say the All Blacks, but you know how that ended up.
Yeah.
That was a sad, sad day.
That was Oh, I
was
replay that
actually
in
at
my
the
head
airport
sometimes.
when I watched it.
How did you lose that match? Oh my god.
I think the problem is when you watch you like to watch a game where it's very visibly like back and forth, right? Each team has figured out each other's weaknesses, but then when the teams don't know each other's weaknesses and they're playing just as good, to the audience you're like, this game sucks balls. You suck shit. You suck shit. This isn't going anywhere. You guys don't know how to play. So it doesn't. I think that was just one of those games where I'm like, why aren't you doing this? And I'm like, I'm sure they would have figured this out. They didn't travel all this way to get their asses whipped. But it is.
They got their ass kicks one time already. How long ago was the last time? Was it 1999 that South Africa played New Zealand in the World Cup?
Oh, you mean when we allegedly got food poisoning?
Yes, yes, that one. That one. That was all Mandela.
I didn't really watch rugby back then, but like all I heard was the food poisoning scandal, and I was just, hey man, if you're tough, you can play through that. Come on, guys, we know this, okay? I was actually going to ask both of you guys on the front of the clear protein. Like, I get it, I see it. Like, I think my protein has been one of the biggest drivers of clear anything for the last half a decade. They've been just pumping it out. Like, and I see the success and I see the point. Like, there's definitely people who would want a fruity flavor over a chocolate flavor. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I cannot drink a fruity protein post workout. I can mix it with a smoothie as a protein source, and I see the ability there. But could you, or do you, replace that post workout shake like with that clear, refreshing, fruity flavor, or like as in like constantly, like instead of buying a 10-kilo bag of chocolate, you go and buy a whatever bag of mango or raspberry or whatever it may be.
You want to answer first?
Yeah, fuck it. Well, I know Shane's not. I know Shane, you're not the biggest fan of fruity, and even black cherry, you can't stomach. But you can't buy a 10-kilo bag of that. You really can't.
No. Yeah. Whatever bag, like whatever protein. So I buy tubs and bags,
right?
And I just pretty much have them post workout, the classic post workout shake. What I'm saying is, like, would you or have you added it to your routine because you like it that much? Like,
yeah, actually, I've done that with Unity before. I've had it throughout one of my preps. On top of it, like my coach said, well, yeah, it's okay, go for it. There was no additives or sugar in there, and it was super, digestible. A lot of people who are very sensitive to lactose, even a tiny bit lactose intolerant, I've referred it to them before, and easily digestible. I mean, if you're allergic to milk in general, still don't have it because it is still technically whey. And derived from milk, but I mean, I had tubs in the process of when I was in prep, or even just on a daily basis after a workout. Excuse me. I have to try everything too, so I need to base my opinion but I don't mind fruity flavors. I don't. I rather a fruity flavor that is a clear ISO than actual coming from way like a mango or strawberry, because I too will get more tired of that than the more of the clear ISO flavors.
Interesting. Lucas, you
You
replace
know,
your
since
post with
since I,
it?
since I was a young boy, I was never like into like fruity flavors, and I was like always a basic bitch as far as like buying my protein. So I was like vanilla or chocolate, and till this day I'm always like vanilla or chocolate, because these are the types that I always hit the spot. But from time to time I always like to to pick a like a smaller tub of like some fancy flavor, but it's never a fruity one.
No.
When it comes to like clear protein, the odd aspect to me is that it foams like a bitch. It's like on a five fingers
Yeah.
Yeah.
foam. You need to like wait 5 minutes till it's
Yeah.
goes down, and then you can drink it up. But I tried some of the my protein flavors, and honestly, to me it doesn't taste good.
Hmm.
It has this weird aftertaste. I don't know why,
Oh,
because
that
for
is
example,
it that
I'm drinking
filmy?
yeah, I'm drinking
Yeah.
like a lot of aminos, and they are all fruity flavors, and I have no issues with them. But as far as like the clear protein, there's something weird in it, and I don't know what. We had the discussion last week, I think,
Yeah,
with the
you did.
guys, and I also said, it's like it's an overhyped thing, and then after one day, Animal dropped their clear
Yeah,
protein.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw that too. I think it's kind of slowly making its comeback. I think now with the technology, there's probably a better flavor profile out there. I recently saw on Price Pile too. Ben was talking about clear ISO with a couple of companies who've made it taste a lot better than you would ever expect. I can't say in exact detail who or what it was, but I see this is. I won't say it's a fad right now, but it's a fad to the point where there's a lot of manufacturers or even brands who are going to
Yeah.
invest in it because they see like, oh, this is another good opportunity of kind of stepping away from the traditional way and being a little bit more innovative. And now that we have the technology, we can like resort back and do this all over again. Because if we look like maybe 5 years ago and companies tried to do this, Lucas is absolutely right. It tasted horrendous. But yeah, but I think now where we're at, we're seeing more and more developments on better flavor profiles and still keeping it as natural as we can. I never tried my protein, so I can't vouch for that. But I'll take your word, Lucas.
Question to you: did you
Yeah.
guys try the Hydro Whey from Optimum?
Hydro Whey from Optimum. No, I did not.
Did you try it,
Silver one,
Shane?
right?
Yeah, the silver one. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
hydrolysate.
way back, way back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that the clear protein is like some kind of attempt to change the how can I say, the narrative, and replace the hydrolysate for clear protein, which is a bit cheaper to manufacture instead of hydrolysate, and that's basically why some brands are jumping on it right now.
Mhm.
But I can be
To be
wrong
honest, I
here.
feel like it's not that they don't taste bad. Like they taste. I just had the Hubba Bubba one. It tastes exactly like
Oh,
it should, but there's
It-
something like you get that filmy aftertaste, which is always
yes,
like a put
that's
off
what
for
I'm
me.
saying. Yeah.
yeah.
Even the new ones, I think that it's in like you just cannot avoid it. But like it's something to do with the thickness of it and
Mhm.
how like a Coca-Cola flavored drink or a raspberry flavored drink that's thick and juicy just feels odd. Like I like Lucas, I can drink the aminos, the pre-workouts, they're great. I can drink them all day. The protein, but like the juicy, refreshing thing is just I don't know. They have gotten better, and
Mhm.
there are some really good ones out there, but it's like it just feels out of place for me. I don't know if I can commit to a bulk size and like throw it down outside of like a chocolate or a caramel or a peanut butter or whatever you do. I don't know. It hasn't grown on me yet.
What about if the brand would come up with a clear protein in chocolate flavor?
No.
But then you get. I mean, I don't be rude, Lucas, but a lot of them pre chocolate proteins out in Europe are thin enough to be a damn clear chocolate. Okay,
That's what I'm saying, man.
I've had I've had some of them European chocolates, and it feels like chocolate water. That's kind of what it feels like.
WPC 80.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think it's just as far as I know, the clear style is just a fruit flavor with without any kind of thickness to it, or with less thickness to it. Because there are guys that do clear protein that use isolate. There's guys that use there's guys out in Australia that just use the aminos. Like just free form aminos, which I thought was horse shit. But each to their own.
Right.
But there's and some use collagen. So I think the source is interchangeable, but the feel is that it's meant to be closer to juice, but because it's a protein, it still has that thickness. I don't know.
Collagen, in my opinion, would be much more thicker. Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's pretty close.
Because when you let's say when you mix the beef collagen with water, it comes up really fast. So it has this more thicker consistency, I would say.
Yeah. He's got a point there.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, the other question I had, and this was, is there an echo? I'm just wondering if it's.
You got a better mic right now.
Yeah, you do.
Is there an echo though?
No echo, but we hear you much better now.
Oh, thank you. I thought I heard something. So this was a question that I had during the week because it came up in my mind a few times. So whenever I go try a new pre-workout, or I'm looking for a pre-workout, or I want to throw something down for whatever workout, what is one of your limiting factors? For me, I discovered that 16 grams of citrulline is too much. So we stick and I mean this in the sense that hey, I've got 2 pre-workouts. I want to have the best workout, but I don't want to have just one. I want to combine these two. What are some of your limiting factors? Do you try and avoid over 0.5 gram of caffeine? Do you try and keep the citrulline to a point? You don't want too much niacin. You'll do anything so long as it's not 6 grams of beta alanine. What is some of these limiting factors key things that you look for when stacking a pre that doesn't get too high? Like betaine, I don't really give a shit if you got 5 to 10. I'm down for that. I haven't had any bad experiences with that. Is there something that you look for when stacking to that I don't want to go to the bathroom. I don't want to be throwing up. I don't want to be dizzy type shit.
I mean, Lucas can handle like 2 grams of caffeine in anything. So I mean,
I was going to say stimulants isn't going to be Lucas's answer.
No,
I got 3.
Okay.
1 is niacin. I got niacin. I hate niacin. I hate this flushing effect. It just pisses me off, and it's uncomfortable feeling, especially when you got redness all over your joints, in your ankles, in your, everywhere, in your neck. That pisses me off. The second one is agmatine, but in higher dosages, above 2 grams.
Okay.
Because when I ramp up the dosages of agmatine up to 2 or maybe 3 grams, I got shits, stomach distress all over the place, a lot. And the third part, glycerol. 5 grams. 5 grams is my top.
I'm not sending you samples.
5 grams is my top spot. That's my.
You had the liquid ones, the pump source, the Devastator serum.
Yeah. I've got right now from DNA.
What are you doing? You just tipping it out. What are you doing? Those are 15 to 20, are they not?
No, I'm just weighing on my scale.
What? Dude, come on, man. That you've just turned that into an 80 serving bottle. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, man.
Okay, then.
That's
gonna last him a long time.
Yeah, that's gonna last me a long time.
I haven't hit my limit of glycerol.
No.
Bro, I got 10 grams in here for the whole serving. I got 10 grams.
See? Lucas is going to have to have a light workout. He can't have those stims because he's going to half dose the glycerol.
But as far as stims, and
agmatine as well. How often do you come across agmatine? Being in Europe where it's illegal. Firstly, secondly, how often is it ever 2?
Well, first of all, agmatine is illegal in Europe. So
That's what I said.
that's the funniest part. But I got my source here, so yeah. When I have a chance, I can shoot a scoop or something, and again
And it's amazing.
go with my workout.
It's amazing that Lucas and I had to jump through hoops to get certain ingredients or certain products, shipped to us, and like we have to keep it under the radar. And then you go to the US, like it's free game for everyone. It is annoying. It's extremely annoying. What I would have to do to purchase even a pre-workout or raw ingredient to come into the country, whatever documentation I have to sign or have to get a faulty invoice just to get it. I'm fortunate that we have friends in the right places, but it's very, very annoying because there's no hard evidence that it's going to harm anyone. It's just like in my case, it's just like, oh, Health Canada doesn't want it. Okay, what's the reason?
Listen, if you import something for your private use, there is never an issue.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's not true, man. That some countries that's all good. New Zealand is one of those countries where it doesn't matter if you order one capsule or fucking 30. They'll be like, nah, dude, you got a prescription for this? Look at that, fucking have a prescription. It's just a goddamn fat burner. And then you'd be like, okay, too bad. Set it on fire. Done. Not every country. I know Australia has personal use reasons, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But a lot of countries don't. Which sucks ass, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I know. It's it's ridiculous. Anyway, I mean, we can rant about that. Shane, is there anything you want to talk about regarding the Arnolds? Because I know slowly brands are dropping little hints that they're going to be there. I know for your pavilion too, you have quite the extended list. Can you give us any more like insider info on what we expect? More like what can I expect when I get there?
T-shirt and the golden coin.
Yeah. I want my golden coin, by the way.
Oh yeah. You get one of these. So they're I have some extra. Obviously, this was just sort of like a participation thing. The trophy we're doing for the Expo Awards is coming out. I think I should finish that this week because I wanted it to be a 3D cutout of Arnold. Oh. I asked them. I said to them, I said, hey guys, like, is there any specific like if I did Expo Awards? Is there any trophy that you want me to use? Like thinking maybe they'll like use this guy because he does this, this, and this. And he said, don't. He was like, don't go down the trophy route. Because apparently the trophies for the Arnold are just fucking expensive, ridiculously expensive. Apparently, and I don't know which trophy he was talking about. He said they actually use Austrian oak. Like he actually uses for one of them.
Holy shit.
So like cool. You wouldn't know this. And the guy that they used for the trust, I don't know which ones he's referring to because they do a lot. The guy that does it is the same one that's done it forever. So they haven't changed for a cheaper source. They've all gone to like just keep to the guy who's done it originally. And he was like, dude, unless you want to spend like tens of thousands, find another trophy guy. So I was like, yeah, I'm all good. I figured something out. But all the guys in the stack section are on the Arnold map. They have to be on there. The start of the year, I think it was like I asked them to like keep it down low, not reveal anything until like last minute. And because people complained when the map opened up, and then they said, "Oh, all of stacked section is available," because I said don't put names on there. And then I was like, "Can you go in and say that it's taken, but not put the names up?" So I was like trying to push to keep it all secretive. But if you go on there, you can see them all. You got Ghost is out there, Jim Sapani, PVL's in there, Apollon, Panda, Nutribio, Inspired. Got a couple ingredient houses as well, Compound, New Live, and Nutrition 21. Got the Clear Cut Beverage, Knock On Beer Bells are in the mix. Yeah. I'm certainly forgetting. There's 25 in total, if I remember precisely. Bull Nutrition, of course. And like there is a section. So someone fell out. And so we were like last week, and I was trying to fill it, and then I was like, screw it, because we had a couple guys that wanted to come in, but there was some that just didn't seem like a good fit. And this was the thing I didn't want to do. Next year I definitely won't be in the situation, but I didn't want to be scrambling to find someone. I didn't want to like, oh, could you please come? Could you like? I just didn't want that. It would seem out of place. Like all the guys in there
Wouldn't look good.
are all good. Like they're all like they fit. They're great. And so and the Arnold's been extremely helpful. Like I said to him, I was like, look, man, we got an empty space, and he said, let's just put a little hangout area.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay,
Cool.
sweet. And so we had the opportunity. We did reach out to a few that could have been a good fit, but it was, you know, a month turnaround. I was like, no one's going to say yes. This is going to be very difficult. But yeah, it's going to be, so we got a nice section just to the, when you walk in, just to the left, you got Animal to the right, Jim Reapers, I think has a aisle or something. Just past them, there's the stacked pavilion, and there is a sign hanging from the roof.
Oh, that's gonna be cool. Yeah.
I saw they sent me the draft for it because I thought they were full of shit. I still think they're full of shit, and you need to see this in real life above. Otherwise, I'm not going to believe it. And yeah, I think it's double-sided, so it kind of just sits above. The carpet in the area should be black, separate from the regular aisles. I did ask for extra space away from everybody else. I don't know if we're going to get that. And we do have the T-shirt giveaway, which Lucas, I have bought a 2XL and I am printing it specifically for you.
Yay.
But I believe we have a few hundred T-shirts that we'll be giving out to basically the first few people, well, first 100, I think, that get into the show each day. Like Sunday, I'm probably only going to have 50 or so, but yeah, so I think doors open
like
for
10
VIPs
a.m.
at 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, VIPs at 9, and then public is 10. So I'm not gonna give them to the VIPs. I want them to be for the storm of people. And yeah, so they're special edition design. Got it printed, signed off. Trying to think of any other things we're doing. I assume Arnold will walk through at some point. I don't know. They told me he does like a walk through the show every few hours or something. But he goes off to other opportunities and stuff like that. But he will be walking through the show. But I should better get a heads up. Be like, hey guys, put out the singlets. Let's get the tanks on. Let's pose. Arnold's about to come through. We'll do it like a 12-arm salute. I'm trying to think what else we've got going on. We have the executive pass, which if guys like Lucas, I think we have 100 people on there so far, of buyers, retailers, distributors, and whatnot. They'll be walking around with like a badge that specifically has their company name and position. The idea was to make it for guys that give back to people like you, exhibitors. So it's all, so we had brands apply, and I was like, dude, I can't have a brand walking around and then, you know, Alex thinking, oh, there's a distributor. Oh no, it's just a brand. That's not what I want. I wanted them to see that badge, see these people, and think, cool, opportunity type shit. And so we've got like a lot of mom and pop stores, retailers, Sport Life is there as well. I think Muscle Foods might be there. Like a lot of big distributors will be, and they get to come in with these passes at 9 a.m. with the VIPs. Oh. So it gives them the chance to talk to guys like you, that without the rush of what happens at 10.
I know what happens at 10. We all do.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
Oh my god.
Hey, Shane,
you've seen that floor.
I wanted to ask you, because you mentioned, you know, they're in your pavilion. Do you gonna have like a direct space just for you as a stacked? You know, meaning like
I don't want that.
Oh, not okay.
No, they did that. They did suggest that, and I think this hangout thing might be similar to that. But I was like, dude, I was like, who's gonna be there? He's like, you, and I was like, dude, I want to make sure Alex is having a good time. If I'm not talking to Alex, I'm talking to the fucking next guy. I'm making sure that each person is taken care of, and if they don't have any problems, I also want to find out, hey, do you guys like? Is there anything I could do to make it more comfortable? Maybe you need help like this? What do you think the reception's been like, specifically for some of the brands in there, because we have Macro Cap, the manufacturers in there. Guys like Compound. I'd be very curious to know what their perception of the show is. And I've got KSM as well. So I helped get them to the show. They're going to be 2 aisles up from us, I think. And I'd very much like to hear what they're thinking as well. So if I'm not doing something or sharing something on the site, helping someone out, I'm making sure that I'm available. Just, like I said, what am I going to fucking do? Stand there all day? Hey, this is stacked. Check it out. See you next time.
Hey, you come to me, all right? I don't go to you. You come to me, bro.
See the sign? Look at the sign.
I'm the shit, okay? You come and see me. You come and find me.
There's my badge.
There you go.
Look up.
Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am?
So someone asked me, they said, what do you think is going to come from this? And I don't know if you've seen it, but there's whenever the US do these car ads, they're like JD Power, so-and-so of the year, or whatever the fuck it is. And I was like, I want to be goddamn JD Power. I want to be that one that the brand then uses to authenticate their name. You don't know who the fuck JD Power is. But the way in which it was spoken about, you're like, just as saying, I'm going to be in the stack section at the Arnold. Yeah. You don't question what stacked is, but you know that it must be something because you are going to be a part of it. That was kind of the theory or the big driving force behind it. But I still don't believe it until I see this shit. I think it's going to be fucking crazy. There's also a reception, I think it is. They asked if I wanted to do like a dinner or an after party. And I was like, man, after the Expo, I'm probably going to be at the gym. I don't like, what do you want me to what do you want me? And he's like, surely not everyone's going to be like that. And I was like, I'd like to think we all are going to go to the gym.
90%.
Well, I'm so glad you said that because I have to get another workout in with you. I think the last one we did was at Apollon gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was saying to him. But I think they have organized a reception and gathering. All exhibitors are invited. But he told me there will be some special guests, pretty big ones, bodybuilders, and Arnold will be stopping in too. And it will be a very tight-knit thing. So it's not going to be like a crowded after-party type thing. Again, they call it a reception. So, I mean, when he said that, I was like, I think maybe these guys might be interested. Saturday might be rest day. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Listen, I'll take a rest day if I get the opportunity to meet a whole bunch of names and Arnold on top of it. It's okay. The weights.
I think that's what this is. I think that's what this is meant to be. This Saturday night thing.
I'll do push-ups. I don't care. I'll do body weight.
We're just going to be the group of dickheads standing in the corner that takes up 50% of the room.
Absolutely. Yes, 100%.
How many days is Expo? 3, 2?
3. Yeah, 3.
Yeah.
It is on Sunday. Yeah, I always thought it was a 2.
Yeah, that's what I asked. Because I also thought it was going to be only for 2 days. But it's 3.
Lucas, I have to ask you something. But actually, when I was at the Arnold, not the Arnold's, the Olympia, I thought it was like going until Sunday, and it wasn't. It was like a 2-day thing. So
the Olympia was 2 as well.
Yeah. So I had to cram everything within those 2 days. I mean, I think Gates and I was the kid that you need to put a leash on because he will run. I would run around everywhere, and Gates would just have to do this each time to me. Come back. I just talked with everyone. I remember I had a meeting with our boy San Diego Sam. It's like, listen, do you want to have it on the floor, or do you want to go in the room? Let's have it here done. So
that's the downside with those places. Like you have a meeting schedule, and then people just be like, "Hey man, how are you going?" And I was like, "Not great. I got a meeting 30 minutes ago. We need to keep going." And then
it's one of those where you get to meet up with everyone that you usually speak to, like on Zoom, on DMs and all that. And then we see you in person. I can only see you for 5 minutes because I got 5 other meetings lined up, but I need you to be one of my clients or, potential distributor. So I can spend at least 2 hours with you negotiating a deal and then fucking around for the next hour, because that's the only time where we really all get to meet up together is at these events. And with Lucas, I don't know about you, but I'm trying to plan a trip to the FIBO. So if you're going to be there, I have to meet up with you.
Yeah, we're going to be there.
I'm going to be there too, man. I'll be at FIBO.
So again, we had the Canuck, the Kiwi, and the pole all together in one. I love it.
Yeah, we both gonna be there. So just let me know. Do you already booked anything?
I booked nothing.
Okay.
I would like. I've looked at I've seen expensive hotels before, but shit on a stick, man. Cologne.
Yeah.
Like I remember booking back when FIBO was on. I'd never remember it being this expensive.
Great.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I
Like
got
shitty hotels, 1,200 for 3 nights or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? It's insane.
I gotta talk to see if this is going to be a bull trip or this is going to be a solo trip. So it looks like it's a solo trip. But Lucas, hey, we'll get on the phone and you just help me. I'll pick the flight. You just help me. Where the fuck am I staying?
Hey, listen, we can always grab a mattress and just sleep under the bridge.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
You know how we roll, man. Yeah. You know how we roll.
Yeah, listen, I look homeless already, so it kind of works out for me.
Bro,
that's a great idea in a foreign country.
I'm Polish, so that tells you something.
I was gonna say they just need to deport. They just need to deport Lucas like west. He's east. He's all good. They have to send you all the way back.
No, we'll figure something out with that. But I think that
they can just
really
push fun. Lucas back to Poland.
Yeah,
and
I'm not far away.
Yeah.
I'm not far away.
FIBO, I'm gathering based on the hotels, it's going to be fucking ridiculous. It looks.
I was speaking with Derek Crossman too. He was saying the exact same thing. So I'm trying to get a group of Canadians together to see what we can do. But I feel like Lucas is my kind of like my go-to of where the fuck do I go?
Yeah, no worries.
You stay wherever you can, like, because I've looked multiple times, and I sometimes it's not smart, but if I look at something and it gets too intense and overwhelming, I just then put it off for a week. So like I look at the hotels, but okay, let's just book this, and then I look for a hotel. And I'm like, I'm not spending $3,000 to stay in this pile of dick, right? And then I just be like, okay, I'll do it in a week. And then I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, this sucks. And then I gotta do it again. And then I think I'm looking at Airbnb, and even there, it's not that great.
No,
you might save 30% or so, but downtown I think is probably the cheapest.
I was told to say like downtown because that's where all the nightlife is happening.
Near the train station.
Yeah, just where the convention center is. It's just a bunch of hotels and shit. So that's where everyone.
You would think that would be cheap because it's nowhere near all the action. Like it's not near the city, but it's crazy.
Also, the main reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to be my birthday's April 13th, so I kind of want to celebrate my birthday in Germany.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Wait, what day is that? Is that a Friday or a Saturday?
Thursday or something, or Friday? We'll
Thursday.
Figure it out. Yeah, Thursday. Actually, let's go on the calendar right now. Find out when the fuck's my birthday, everyone. Hold on. Max, it is a Saturday. We are partying on a Saturday.
Oh, gutted. The only reason I know that day is what it is because I leave on the Saturday.
Like why?
I get in Wednesday and then leave Saturday purely because it was 3 night stay is fucking high. But I leave Saturday at midday. We are flying to Mongolia. Rather long story.
You had to, well, wait. Okay, fuck me for a second. Like, why Mongolia? Like, that came out of nowhere. What's in Mongolia? What do you know?
So, okay, as far as I know, they have great gyms. I looked at the pictures. The gyms look pretty damn good. But no, my wife wanted to go after because I go from the Arnold to I visit Fit Foods, and then I visit 3 or 4 brands in New York, New Jersey. Then they got the Arnold UK. Then I tour around. Then me and Lucas are going to HQ and Sweden to visit the MM Sports retailer over there.
Ooh.
And then a couple brands across the UK, then FIBO. And so my wife was like, after all this rush, like we could go to like an Asian island, like a beach island. So we've been to pretty much all of them. So we wanted to go to the Philippines. Okay. And I was like, okay, so that's far east as you can probably get in terms of countries. And so I was like, okay, to best spend my money, I need to get as far across the world from Germany to then go on to Philippines. So I picked a country right in between. right? I was like Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, pick up some Turk on the way. Like I was looking at
That's
all
what
the
I wanted to say.
countries. I was looking at all the countries in between. And then Mongolia gets me a 10-hour flight straight from Germany for $400. That's New Zealand dollars. So that American, that's probably like 280.
Dude. All right.
I was like, dude, this gives me a third around the world.
We're going to Mongolia.
For $280. And then I was like looking at this. They have a giant statue of Genghis Khan. Look, he might not have been the greatest dude, but it is a ridiculously large statue. Anyway, they got other things, but that is why I'm in Mongolia for 3 or 4 days.
Oh, wow, they got horses, buildings, and a giant statue of Genghis Khan.
Fun fact: for every person in Mongolia, there are 18 horses.
That's a lot of horses, man. I thought Kazakhstan had a lot of horses, but no, Mongolia seems to have that one.
Mongolia is also the most sparsely populated country in the world.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
3 million people.
All right, so you're gonna have fun. I want to see pictures.
But I think it's I think from looking at the map, it's mostly like just flat lands and shit, and then the city seems to be just where they've only developed things because it looks pretty legit. They actually got like hotels. Hopefully, they got some McDonald's. I ain't going anywhere without a McDonald's.
If they have McDonald's, I applaud you. You go right into it. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried McDonald's every country I've been to. I'm not gonna ruin this.
I know we're about health and wellness right now, but I have to ask so far, who has the best McDonald's in the world?
Poland. Strangely enough.
Really?
Poland. I'm not saying that because Lucas is here.
Poland.
The nuggets are a little bit thin, but their burgers, like McDonald's usually has a pretty
grass-fed beef, motherfucker.
They have like a pretty even consistency in terms of meat size, right? You get a Big Mac, it's thin. You get a quarter pounder, slightly thicker, and their chicken can be a bit breasty, but not usually. But in Poland, it was like they were like, fuck the rules of McDonald's. I'm just going to go put what we think is a good size in there, because none of their meats were similar size to what I had seen in any other McDonald's. It was ridiculous.
Hey, Alex, do you got McDonald's in Canada?
Yes, I have plenty of McDonald's. Our McDonald's also has a.
Bro, that's a horrible question.
Nah, hold on.
Oh.
What are the colors of the McDonald's?
You mean the golden arches?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the red. Yeah.
Yeah.
Red and yellow.
Red and yellow. Yeah. Am I missing something here?
Yeah, because
where we go with this?
In Poland we got different colors.
Shut up. No, you don't.
Brown and green. Yeah.
Who decided on those?
To be honest, the brown and green is something that there are a few places that have that.
Brown and green.
Yeah.
When I was in Italy, it was either gold or white, the arches, and then it had like this hunter green in the background, in the back. No,
the green. I think I have seen a bit. Yeah.
Listen, the logo stays the same. It's the yellow arches, right?
Right.
But as far as the building, it's brown and green.
Brown and green.
I feel like Poland's got this special licensing deal going on where they just we're just going to pay for the logo.
Poland just says fuck you to everyone else. We're doing our own thing. When it comes to supplements or McDonald's, Poland is just like, we're doing our own shit, man. Fuck off.
Currencies as well. One of the few that doesn't want to use the euro for whatever reason.
You get the Zloty, whatever.
Zloty.
Here we go. Zloty. This is Zloty.
Yeah, we got Zloty.
They get the Zloty.
No one fucks with Zloty.
No. Oh my God.
We are in United Europe for I don't know how many years, and we still own our currency.
Credit where credit is due when it comes to that. That's for sure. Okay.
It comes up at like a government meeting. They're like, should we adopt the euro? And then someone just says, dude, have you seen our goddamn McDonald's? Do you want that to change? And they're like, you know what? Let's just screw it. We'll keep this Zloty. We'll keep the Z with the L and the cross in between it, and.
Sooner they will start selling vodka in McDonald's instead of changing the currency.
I feel like McDonald's might have a problem with that.
I know.
Okay. If we keep talking about McDonald's, like someone here is going to get diabetes just talking about it. Oh, what I wanted to actually, it's funny we bring up your country, Lucas. I've been trying the products that you sent me. I've been enjoying them as so far. I gave a lion's mane to my mother as well. I know there's a few other nootropics there. Are there more innovating brands coming out like the Eastern European bloc, or do we just see kind of a stagnant like curve where like there isn't as much development, but we can pick on a few, or everyone just kind of wants to say localize and focus on their own thing?
You know, the thing is that nowadays every retailer has its own brand. So basically what they're trying to do is they're pushing their own line. They got some bits and pieces here and there in their shops. But when the consumer comes to their shop, it's like, here is our brand. It's better in price, better in margins, and so on. So it's like, GNC model, you come to a store and you see basically like a bits and pieces here and there of some American brands, some Eastern European, those kind of things, but in most cases there is a huge spread of their own brand, which they try to promote and sell, so I can see it many times. I was doing a tour like last week. I was going to some stores, here and there, and I was in Poznan and a few other cities, and it's everywhere is exactly the same. You can see the exact same spread.
It's a copy and paste.
Yeah, and also some works like a fucking Mafia, here and there. What I'm trying to say is that you support us, we support you. So if let's say there is a brand A that that has a, let's say one retailer, it sells a brand, and the other retailer in other city sells their own brand, Right. So if they support each other, they stock their brands, right. So this is the like a mutual cooperation, but it's also like trying to
So at the end of the day, I think it's also because, well, they'll work with some guys like Prometheus, like yourself. They'll order the legacy brands. They'll keep those as staples, but they'll just manufacture their own so they can just make most of the margin for themselves and most of the profit for themselves with better margins. So they'll just push their own shit at the end of the day. Is there really anything good coming out of there? Or is it just like everyone has the same formula, the same protein, or like the same interests?
Yet I don't see any major like in innovation, especially in Poland. You always see same products, WPC 80, some HMB, some aminos, arginine.
Tablets.
Arginine is still fucking king. What else? Some standalones like citrulline, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
As far as like pre-workouts, we also have here a regulation body, so it's hard for companies to import stuff from outside, outside Poland. You always have to register products here in Poland. There's the registry body. It's called GIS here, so every product needs to be registered before it can be sold in the shops. Okay. But many retailers don't give a fuck about that, so they're still selling.
Then in that case, hook me up with some contacts, man. I'll send them samples.
Yeah, we'll do. When you will be at FIBO, we can discuss.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that one with the guys, see what we can do for that. If I have to sleep underneath a bridge, I'll give that a try.
Yeah,
I personally.
I don't think you want to sleep underneath a bridge in Cologne.
I will be the troll that you have to pass. You have to pay a fine to get across the bridge. I'm sure
if you want. Sleep outside the gym. Sleep outside the gym. That's a much safer place.
Or maybe in the gym, if we can find a way to sleep in the gym. It's funny you also mentioned that, because if I look at everything as a provincial base throughout Canada, it's like, yes, a lot of brands that are coming up would focus primarily on a regional market through each province. Being from French Canada, due to I would say not always, but a language barrier, but also just a general way of communicating with the rest of Canada, they tend to just focus heavily on their own market space. So I've seen, brands that are coming out of here and everyone has the same NPN, everyone has the same formula. At the end of the day, it's who's marketing it and whose name is behind it. I've never seen them explode or reach a substantial, larger audience outside of their own province. And if you don't have the right people behind it, you can't get that, gravitate that. You can't grab that.
But I remember when I was talking with Etienne,
Yeah.
and he was trying to explain to me the NPN stuff.
Mhm.
So does the NPN needs to be for every product that you have?
Yes.
Or is it just a general, number that you can that you can like register onto many products?
No, it's for one. It's for
One.
each product that you have, not for each flavor, but later for each product. And Health Canada is very stingent when it comes to certain things. So at one point, the 12 strong, they found it to be misleading because you only have 11th ingredients. It's like, no, we don't. It's like, yeah, well, they didn't recognize glycerol as one of them. It's like, that's impossible. So our compliance agent went back to Health Canada, filed a complaint, provided proper information. Health Canada backed away and allowed us to have it. So they even do this with the pharmaceutical industry too. I've spoken to a few people. Let's say they're about to bring a new drug to market. On a Friday evening, 4:45, they will send an email, 120 questions you have to answer with all the correct information to make sure it is up to regulations. Even after you did all the testing, you have all the checks marks, fill this out. And if you don't get it by Monday morning at 9 p.m., you're going to have to wait another 6 months to reapply for this. Yes. And the same thing will go for the supplements too. We literally had about 3 weeks before we got our NPN, and they sent us an email and they said, if you don't fix this within the span of this week, you're going to have to wait another year.
Oh, shit.
Yes. So
they're just trying to keep you safe, man. They're just trying to keep you healthy.
Shut up. No one's trying to keep me safe. It was funny because I was looking at Bucked Up, just came into Canada almost a year ago, and their labels, their nutrition labels on the back look like the Gutenberg Bible. It is so condensed with the ingredient list. This is can we see? No, it's white.
It's hard to see anything.
Fuck it. Okay.
It's too strong.
Oh yeah. No.
Oh, there we go.
That is a traditional nutritional panel.
Okay.
This is non-existent back there. You don't see the exact dosage of everything. It is so small. You have to take a magnifying glass. And I showed one of the reps about that. It's like, this is what you have in Canada. Did you know this? It's like, not really. We just listened to the distributor and said, fuck it, just put us out there. And I think the reason for that is because they want to be ahead of the curve, because there will be a bill, hopefully it does not get passed in Canada, called C-47, which regulates all dietary supplements to kind of follow this code of pharmaceuticals, where the nutritional panel has to look exactly like that. It has to have a pure weight label on top of it to provide more information. Also, they're not allowing specific ingredients, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult for international brands to come in to get a site license, a 3PL. And this is the kicker, is that if you wanted to create a pre-workout, which falls under a class 3 of a dietary supplement, usually it costs about $6,000 to $7,000 for an NPN. Get ready to pay $60K. That's not an exaggeration. $60,000. That is a complete turnoff for anyone.
For one fucking SKU.
Yeah.
Better make a lot of flavors out of it.
Fuck me.
Well, yeah, and it's like you're not making money at that point. So even Canadian brands would be absolutely discouraged from like wanting to continue forward.
Yeah.
Like that's already half of the brands in Canada that will not want to keep producing, or either continue their manufacturing practices in the US and leave the Canadian market to whatever is left. But this won't affect just dietary supplements. It's going to affect cosmetics as well. So this is supposed to come into play at the beginning of April of 2025. By then, I hope we have some sort of election, because it is going to limit all growth of dietary supplements, whether it's sport, health, or wellness. And personally, like, if any other Canadians are on here, you can disagree with me. I just think Health Canada is broke ever since COVID. So
right now you're manufacturing your product in the US or in Canada?
Very local here in Quebec. I even spoke to Etienne about that too. So I'm open to eventually doing something with him if that does come down the line. But we are looking to start manufacturing in the US, especially after the Arnolds. Once we really do finalize some more US clientele, even I have 2 other international guys who do not want to order from Canada. They rather order from the US. We get that going and we have commitments. We can pump out those SKUs like this go tomorrow. So we already have someone set, ready to go. We are just waiting for other commitments so we can pull the trigger, because we're not in a position where we can warehouse a lot right now. So whatever we do produce needs to go out the door right away.
Yeah. It's exactly the same situation here, because many companies from US right now are trying to migrate to European markets. So they're like trying to manufacture here in Europe and sell
Right.
throughout Europe because it's easier that way.
It's become
No
so
one
much.
no one wants to pay for, let's say, energy drinks or protein powders or those kinds of things, because you can here in Europe you can manufacture them easily and much cheaper.
No, I
Yeah.
couldn't agree more with that. Logistically speaking, to shipping containers now, even a pallet is becoming so much more of a nightmare, cost wise. Where the time it lands at the port, you're just like, I'm broke, and now I have to like increase the price of this just to break even. So doing the volume does help, but I feel more and more brands are just going to look for manufacturing in other countries. If you have, if you're growing in popularity in the UK, stop shipping and start manufacturing there. Just make sure you have the raw ingredients that you need. The flavor profiles are on point because you already have an existing clientele who's ordering from you. Whether you are a brand from the US or from the UK, you have to make sure everything is up to key and standards. And I think that's where manufacturers are going to take the lead within the next 10 years of just having an abundance of clients coming, say, whether you're from Mongolia, UK, China, Sweden. It's like, hey, we have the man in the US, we have the man in Canada, we have the man in the UK. We need to find these manufacturers because shipping right now is becoming a nightmare within itself. So I think that's what we're going to be turning to in the next a few years. But this will allow us to be more cost effective and save money.
Yeah.
That's it. So I mean that's a side of the industry that whether you're in the retail space or a brand owner, you have to look at that as well. I mean, mind you, anything is possible. You just have to make sure that at the end of the day, like you're collecting something from it and not breaking even. So there, back to what I was saying before, you will have a lot of brands who just want to stay domestic or provincial for that case because they know they can do great numbers here. The manufacturer's right next door, but that also gives you a cap where you'll get comfortable at. So you need to reach that uncomfortable stage, which, trust me, I don't like being uncomfortable, but I have to do it if I need to get that additional exposure. So from whether you are cold calling or getting ready to manufacture in another country, get ready. It's not going to be easy at first, but the longevity of it, it will pay off.
Damn. Well, yeah. I mean, there'll be a few commands at the Arnold if you do indeed need to explore that side.
No,
There's actually macro cap is exhibiting, I think, maybe near you too.
I think I'm very familiar with macro caps as well. I actually I'm a big fan of Rays on top of it, so I have that in the store. I mean, they too got well, they're a good example as well. They're compliant for Canada, but there's no point of manufacturing in Canada for them because the demand is not there, such as Monster or as Bang was like way back when. So they haven't reached that point yet. Not even Ghost is ready to do the amount of SKUs that they would need to do in Canada. So as far as I know, I think they're still importing the Canadian compliant one for Canada. But even then, I think it's stupid because for energy drinks for Canada, as long as it's under 180, you're fine. You just have to take out like alpha GPC and a few other ingredients. It's good, but people just buy it for the taste. It's a great energy drink. It really is, but it's the taste that is incredible.
I was curious about that, Lucas. You seen any like with all these big energy drinks popping off in America? Have we like I could be wrong, but I don't see as many in Eastern Europe, like Poland, kind of pretty much around your area and outside. Like I don't see too many getting into it. I limped at a few, but not like the surge in which I've seen with all the guys in the US jumping in.
Not that much, man. Plus, there is now the new regulation that you can't sell energy drinks to under 18 years old. Yeah, and there's.
I feel like that's a reasonable thing.
This law is already active, and what I've noticed is that many brands that were producing, earlier the energy drinks are now producing, the drinks that are just fizzy without caffeine. So that's just a smart thing. They're not adding anything to it. It's just like a fizzy drink in a can form, and that's basically it. But it's sugar free, 0 calories. Those kinds of things.
Interesting, because the UK obviously they introduced their one, was it 4 years ago, 5 years ago. No under 16, I think, was the minimum age.
Mhm.
But like that didn't seem to discourage increase in popularity. They seem to. I mean, I remember getting when you went to the shop and they were like, "Hey, do you have ID?" I was like, "Bitch, I do not look 16. I don't even know why we're venturing down this." And she was like, I had to pull out my ID, and I was like, "Yeah, man." At the time, I was like 34. They're cool,
You're
but
30.
I think it was like,
Are you still 34?
no, I am. Well, when I went to this, I was 34, 36 now.
You're 36. Okay. You don't look a day over 30 too. So I can understand why they wanted to card you.
Fantastic. It's actually the camera and a beautiful beautification. Even if I don't look over 30, I sure as shit don't look 15.
Man, I look 50.
I think
With
if you
beard
saw
or
me,
without?
I'll be like, I feel like without the beard, you'd lose a bit. You'd definitely.
Without the beard, I'm 17 again.
Yeah, there you
Without
go.
the beard, I'm 17, man.
You need to shave that off, go to
No.
the UK,
No.
and then buy an energy drink, and then just see what happens. Be like, how dare you?
If I shave this off, might as well just call me Lucas's twin at this point. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's great. I think we'll be a great dynamic duo, but no, I got to keep the beard.
But Lucas has like the Polish face shape. He's got that like he's got like the big jaw as well. I feel like
you just say he has a big head. Just say it.
I talk a lot, that's why, and I curse a lot too. That's why my jaw is that big.
I actually there's a lady that my wife became friends with, and she was like, "Oh, her name's Ania," and I was like, I was like, "That's an interesting name." And she's like, "Yeah, she's from Poland," and I was like, "Are you sure it's not Anya? Because I'm pretty sure."
Anya.
And she turns out and she found out the name. She's like, "Yeah, how'd you know?" And I was like, "Because I never met an Ania from Poland, and all of the people that I've met from Poland, like who was the girl I met? It's ADGATA.
Agata?
It's like I did not pronounce it as smoothly as that when I first heard it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm sorry, like these names are really.
What is the
like
whitewashed version of that name?
I don't think that like Lucas makes sense. Obviously, it's Lukash, but then like Lucas is an alternative.
Right.
Yeah,
But like some of the names that I've come across are just these are difficult, man. These are real. I'd be like, "Hey, you, how's it going?"
my mom her name is Anya as well.
Anya.
That's what I went to school with a girl from Poland. Her name was Anya. So I was like, I feel like there's a good chance this is not Ania, it's Anya.
In English would be Anne.
Okay.
Yeah, see you. Yeah.
Anna.
I would have said Anna.
Anastasia?
Yeah, Anastasia. Yeah.
Anastasia.
Oh, and Marius? Marius? Is that another one?
Marius.
Yeah, I just look at you put a Z at the end. I'm gonna just turn into an S. Okay, that's what I do.
But Marius, maybe you know the guy, Mariusz Pudzianowski.
Yeah,
the famous strongman.
Yeah, I love him. The only strong man with abs.
Yeah,
and he was bald too. There's a lot of bald-headed men.
Oh yeah,
lots
of skinheads.
lots of skinheads too. Okay, now we're getting off topic. We got.
Yeah. Hey Alex, I wanted to ask you about one thing.
Yeah, go for it.
There's a brand in Canada that's doing like lots of moves, and they signed a bunch of athletes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're talking about HD, right?
Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah.
What's your take? Yeah. What's your take on that brand? Because when I asked you about the brands in Canada, you didn't mention them. So I was
okay. So I was kind of more mentioning the brands that I know the owners. I've worked close with them. I like them. They're very good-hearted people. I'm a fan of their products too. I like HD Muscle. It's a good brand. It's very marketable. The Hamilton brothers have done very well for themselves. My personal opinion is just not crazy about it. But in terms of general exposure and what they've done is phenomenal. Absolutely. But just as a brand, I'm not like, man, okay, they're good. In my personal opinion, but I can't deny the fact that they have this audience that they attract. I mean, in my neck of the woods, it's not as popular, but in Ontario, oh my God, they've taken the fitness store the world by storm. I know in the US they've done pretty well too. They got into quite a few retailers out there. They do heavy online and have like some really solid athletes. Antoine Veillant, Quentin Beastwood, Valérie Rattel. So they have their staple. But as a brand, like, listen, formulas are good. My labels are nice. I just personally, to me, it's like, nah.
Have you seen it? Have you been to their gym?
Oh yeah, countless of times. Period. Their gym is phenomenal. Their gym is absolutely
ridiculous.
It is redonkulous. Their gym. I did one of my last photo shoots there too. It's gorgeous. It absolutely is. His the Heavy D apparel too is phenomenal. I've
noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a few of their products a few of their piece of clothing as well. I just can't wrap my head around the supplement brand. That's it. That's me.
They're quite expensive, I think, in stores, right?
Yeah, it is. I know some retailers have trouble competing with them when it comes to online with the aggressive discounts. But But it's also kind of one of the reasons why I chose not to carry it. I just didn't feel like there wasn't any demand for it in my store to begin with. I didn't want to bring in a product that had didn't we have the traction. Mind you, I can sell anything, but I wasn't feeling it as well. Though the lineup I do like from them is their health and wellness. They have a good multivitamin, liver HD, kidney HD, glucose. So I know who formulated those. So I'm like, those I can stand behind. But just the brand in general. I mean, I think we've all felt this with other brands before. It's just like I just can't really wrap myself around it. Yeah. But that, like I said, that's my personal opinion. It's nothing towards them. They're doing great, regardless what I think or not. So,
oh yeah, sad days.
Last birthday with 3 in a couple of days.
What is that? Wait, is there a picture attached to that? No, it's not.
Hiding.
What does it mean? Our last birthday with 3 on the front. Oh, wait, you guys are turning 40.
Soon.
Lucas is going to be 40?
Oh,
next year.
Really? Oh, next year.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
This year.
I was trying to figure out that message.
This year, 39.
30. Oh my God. I'm a baby.
Wait, hold on. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 31.
Well, that's not bad. Same
Holy
age as mine.
shit, 39? 31?
31.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I was going to say 31, 39. It's
a big jump.
Oh, so you're 30. Yeah. Hey, you're younger than my wife. Shit.
Oh, okay.
She's usually my gauge. I'm like, oh, okay,
Oh my God. How old's Nikki?
32.
Oh, okay.
32. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the same age as her in April.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. Well, yeah, she'll be at the Arnold, and at FIBO.
Is your daughter going to be there too? Yeah,
she is. She's going to be at the. We were tossing up, like bring her or not, because she's got to fly all the way around the world. And I said, you know what? Like, we'll let her decide. We usually, if it's a decision, I'm like, hey man, look, I'm going to go to an event in America, and she's like, a party, and I was like, you could call it that. And she's like, can I come? And I was like, well, that was what my next question was going to be. And I was like, you have to fly there, and then you have to fly back in 7 days and go to school. She's like, I don't care. I was like, okay then. Probably not the most mature way to figure it out, but she's going to be giving out the t-shirts. She's
I think my girlfriend will babysit if you're looking for one.
Oh no, we actually have my sister-in-law's coming.
Oh,
the Arnold was like incredibly like accommodative. What's the word? They cared, and so they were like, we can fly. We can give her a room,
no matter what.
Yeah. So she was. They were like, they've given her a room to look after my daughter. But obviously, when it gets crazy, she's not going to want to be. She might like it. I don't know. She's been to a lot of expos before. The Arnold UK, the Olympia. She's been to the Arnold before. Oh yeah, she does all the poses. She do double bi. She can do the lat spread. She does the victory, the crucifix. She does the abs as well,
No.
but she can't do the thigh part of the abs and thighs. She just does the abs. And she got the crab and I sent Lucas a video yesterday. She does the quad stomp.
Oh,
So
She shakes the leg and then stomps.
Listen, so I texted Jay straight away, and he's like, "No way!" he couldn't believe it.
She watches the videos. Like if I watch a video of like an interview or something when they have frames of bodybuilders, and she's just taking it from this. And when I showed her, I was like, yeah, you shake your leg to get the muscle like nice and loose, and then you tense it. And then she can't shake her leg though. She like maybe she's missing a few ligaments, but she has to shake her hips to make her quad leg just move. But you when you see it, you'll be like, I see what you're trying to do. She does and she does the stomp, and she does know the muscle. She'll be like, can you see my muscle yet? And she'll point it out. She'll be down. She'll be at the Arnold giving out the shirts. We've got large and extra large. I don't think they're going to last very long when we give them out. But yeah,
you got any 3XLs, any 2XLs there?
2XL.
I have a 2XL. Lucas requested one. You want a 2XL?
Yeah, I wear a 2X, man.
Oh,
listen, I can fit into an XL. It's just going to be super tight. That's it.
Try the XL because the XLs are the gilded ones, so they're not like
okay
tight form fitting. But Lucas was like, I know he's like
worst comes to worst, I make it into a crop top.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, and the print is all that matters. It's an Optimum Nutrition inspired print.
Yeah.
From early 2010s. So it's
going straight to the wall, straight up on wall, just like
gotta wear it.
Man. See?
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
You gotta wear it.
You still have my print. I love it.
Yeah,
that was me.
It has a special place.
Yeah, I have a special place on Lucas's wall. I love it. Alex, how do you feel about the brand athletes that jump brand to brand? Well, yeah, I have a super big issue with that. It just tells me that you just want someone to pay you to be able to sleep, eat shit, and go work out. You're not willing to put in the work yourself. And when you do sign these contracts, you are expected to put up your fair end of the bargain. I mean, listen, Bull has had a few pros reach out to us. I've kind of looked over their profiles. I'm like, I already know what type of person you are because I've either spoken to you in the past and you didn't pay attention to me, or I've known your history with other brands. You just tend to jump from one to another to another. You're relying on your good looks, and whoever the brand isn't communicating with anyone else. It's like, why did you leave this other brand, or what happened? It's like either they got dropped or they just weren't getting paid enough. And sometimes a lot of these guys or girls think that they deserve way more than what they actually do deserve. And it's all an ego thing. So for someone as myself, especially for Bull, like if you want to be part of our ambassador program, absolutely. Just if you never had the product before and you want to be part of it, it doesn't really help me, and also doesn't help you help promote the brand. We're more inclined to work with someone who says, listen, I truly believe what you guys are doing. I think it's great. I like Alex. I like Gates. I want to be able to do more for you guys. Okay, great. Well, sign up. You know what? You get commission for the sales at the end of the month. And if you are a serious athlete, as we expand and grow, then yeah, we could probably help you in other avenues as well. But we're still fairly young. We're not going to dish out a shit ton of money to sign on an athlete that may last 3 or 1 month for that matter. So I rather just work with, ambassadors right now that have good intentions, opposed to signing a big name athlete where we can't even afford to pay them, let alone like we don't know enough about them. And besides, I'm like, we're new. We only got one product. Like I'm not a legacy brand that can offer you the world on top of it too. I even know I have BB pros who stepped on the Olympia stage who can't get sponsorships to begin with, but the douchebag with a camcorder and a tripod can get anyone coming to them. But those are usually the ones that will look at a contract, sign for 3 months, and then never do any work for it. Yeah, exactly. So I'm more inclined to just focusing on the brand. And then if you really, really do fit the bill of what we're looking for, then yeah, absolutely. But in the meantime, no. Like I think people who do that, like like work on you, let your work speak for itself, and then a brand will approach themselves to you. I think brands need to stop just picking up random people. It's like, oh, we have this former IFBB, former Arnold Classic winner, former OnlyFans. I don't care. It's like no one cares. No one really cares. Can they actually put in the work that you're signing them up to do? Not just a pretty face. Don't be a pretty face. There's far too many pretty faces. Put in the work.
I feel like the pretty faces, like the risk is obviously they come to your brand, they bring their audience, but because like they go from brand to brand, when they leave, none of those people hang around. So like they just go to the next brand. Whoever that person goes to is who they go with. It just doesn't seem like I liked Evan Centopani and Animal, one of the greatest partnerships I'd ever seen.
With
like
Animal.
Ever, pretty much. Yeah. Like just those two went hand in hand. And when he went to Prime for that little bit, Prime Nutrition, it was like, what the shit are you doing, man? Like it just seemed weird. Steve Cook and Optimum, like he's not there now, but he was Optimum. That was
He was the face. He was the face of the brand for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
But exactly. When you mentioned Evan, I was like, damn. I was just stunned when he announced that he's going to Prime. I was like, what the fuck is Prime? And I had to check it out. And it was from PJ's, right? PJ's brand.
Yeah, John Meadows is there as well. And GMD.
And then PJ called John Meadows out. Rest in peace.
I love John. Like Evan's a good example of just a guy sticking through. It's like it just makes sense for him to be with Animal. And some other great athletes who have been with brands for quite a long time. But I think a newer
Kai Musclemates.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Musclemates is a good one.
Holy shit, that is Victor Martinez, which MHP too.
MHP.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Even Chris Bumstead's first sponsor was MHP.
Hey, Akeem Williams.
Fuck. If we work way back like early 2000s, these guys like stayed with these brands. Muscle Tech kind of just sponsored everyone, but Phil Heath became the face of Muscle Tech.
Yeah.
He was with them for 20 years.
Flex was with Gaspari.
Yeah. BSN.
But Flex was BSN for me, man. Not because he was like I always remember him as BSN, right?
To me, he was with Rich for many, many years, because he was like
it's an interesting one.
Just like traveling all around the world,
BSN was BSN also had a Ronnie. They had that lifetime contract.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So much for lifetime contract, right?
I think he had to give it up for his own brand, right? I think that was the catch. That was a catch.
Yeah.
But that's a good trade.
Yeah. Hey, if you have your own brand, the Signature Series, I mean, go for it. You can't even find it in Canada anymore. It was here like for a short time. What else? God, if we can just go down some athletes who've had these outstanding sponsorships over.
But that's what you want, right?
Science. Ben Carpenter.
Wow.
I actually really, really liked Apollon and Branch. Like those two I felt were very, very good fit. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like those, because the athlete brings value to the brand brings value to the athlete, but then they have to keep it that way because in the minute, like one can't go, like in the Evan situation, like he couldn't bring what he brought to Animal to Prime. It wasn't like that. But then if you get an influencer who has like, just takes pictures or whatever, they could jump from brand to brand, bring that value, bring that audience, but then also take it away just as quickly. So it's like
there's like a threshold where if either you have that level of popularity, where if you know that if you drop this person, like your sales are significantly going to decrease, then you have to renegotiate something or come to the table. If that person is generally toxic, then you can make it up any other way. I rather cut someone who's extremely toxic than work around it just to keep them on because of the numbers. At that point too, I mean, you need to do what's best for the brand, not the best for that individual. So it just goes back to what we're doing too. It's like, you want to be ambassador, great. I do not have the resources to pay for a flight for you to go compete wherever. at this point, and you have to have some sort of massive social media following where it just makes equitable sense for me to bring you on board. But at the end of the day, like, the person you are really does matter too. Like, if we can't get along together, if you're gonna just be like a pretty little princess, like, I am not interested in keeping you around. And even when I work,
there's only one pretty princess at Bull Nutrition.
Yeah, that's my dumb ass. That's me. I'm the baddest bitch here, man. Exactly. But even when I worked for other brands, it was like, we're looking over like certain athletes. I'm like, oh God, no, dear God, no. It's just that they won't socialize with you. They just want shit from you. And there's the rare few that I've worked with where to this day I still talk with them. Those are just good-hearted people in general. Yeah, so I think athletes are shit half of the time. Anyway.
How do you see the direction of your brand as far as the marketing stuff? You know,
we got to really focus more on marketing, especially our social media. It is good, but it could be stronger, much stronger. But needless to say, that's something that we really need to focus on coming into this year, is going harder on marketing. We're relying a lot on our general resources and contacts with who we have, which is great, but that only caps you at so much. So I know how big social media is. I know how big it is to draw in a new audience. So we need to really find certain faces that are going to reflect of the message we're trying to get across. I mean, listen, they've done videos with me. I got one of my buddies in the gym, a girl too, that we are releasing, going to do a couple photo shoots coming up. So we're getting a lot better, but we need to go harder and stronger with it. To me, that's going to be our main focus. So everyone has their roles, especially my formulator for this too. One of my partners, like, he does that. But me and Gates know that these photo shoots are going to be very important, because appearance is everything these days. I know brands that have incredible products but have shit marketing across the board, and you'll never hear of them because they don't promote themselves, because they put all their resources into what they're making. You have to find the fine balance between both. I mean, I believe you can have your cake and eat it too now. You can have an awesome formula. You can have a crazy label. You can have a great marketing platform. You just have to put in the general growth, sacrifice one or the other for the time being, and then go full balls to the wall from there. Unless you've worked with other brands before, our former VP of sales, or even co-owner of something before that, you already have more resources than I've had it from the beginning. So you can really start something like less than a week time. I think that's how Redcon started too. It started less than a week, and boom, it was up. Yeah.
Alex, I wanted to ask you one thing. So if Shane wouldn't be attending to Arnold, if there wouldn't be any stacked Pavilion, would you still attend to the Arnold? Would you have a booth, or would you go just to like meet with people without having?
I probably wouldn't go. I think the last time I was at the Arnold was 2018. I mean, it was a good first experience, but it was like a shit show because there was a lot, and I mean a lot of people. But I don't think if we had this opportunity that Shane was offering, we would be paying way much more than what we would be able to afford, and we would just hope that we would land a big contract with a big PO. At least with this gives us the opportunity to save a bit, but at the same time as giving us a whole section to really give ourselves way more exposure than we ever thought we could have before. So what Shane is doing, he's creating a whole section for a lot of very unique brands, up and coming brands, or even a few ones that have been in over 5 years, like Apollon, I believe, or even someone like Ninja, who's still fairly young too. A whole platform to be on, to showcase what they're really about. Because I believe even some of the brands, the bigger name ones, whether you're legacy, you've been around for the last 10, can shadow over the new guys. And it's not fair, because we all do have something to prove and something to show. Shane has provided that platform for us to really give us the well-deserved exposure we need. And he hand-selected us. And also, we go back to Shane for this too, is that when I originally reached out to him, like I just threw a dart at a dartboard and hope for the best. And when he said yes, I was kind of flabbergasted, because like I have one fucking product. I have one product. That's it. Like I have one product. I don't know when the next product is going to come out. We are taste testing. We are doing shit. And then I got to deal with Health Canada, but I have one product. But if that one product was enough with that formula to gravitate his attention towards us and be like, yes, I want you there, then that's good enough for me, because then other people are going to want it on top of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing, because I would say the smaller brands are getting like a lot of attention, considering the brands that are already at the stacked pavilion, the Apollon, the Ghost is on the market for many years, and many people know Ghost, but I don't think that many people knows your brand,
No.
So having this kind of exposure and being in this, special area just will give you this extra pop,
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, I'll bring up Matthew from Vandal again. Like, I love Matthew's brand. Like, he's very well known across Canada, mostly out west in British Columbia. He did have a little bit of an international traction at one point, New Zealand, Australia. It kind of fell short there. So he's really looking to come back to the market full circle and really hit some international clients, or even do some serious damage in the US. He has a really unique product on top of it. And I feel like he fit the bill too when I introduced it to Shane. So it's guys like that who really are kind of alone in this and putting in all the work, that they deserve a break too. They deserve for someone just to say, hey, pay attention to me as well. And, I think we're all there to support each other there as well too. If surprisingly, I know a lot of the owners of the brands that are going to be at the Stack Pavilion. So if someone can see me, it's like, hey, go see Apollon, go see Ninja, go see Vandal, go see Microcaps, go tell them Alex sent you. As previously discussed at the beginning, we're all here to help each other. This is no longer that we're all against each other. That should be dead. It should be gone, because we can't afford to do that to each other anymore. It literally does not create a good environment. And if we keep bad-mouthing each other in a sense of, go see them, go see him, then like we obtain nothing from it. That's it. Like, listen, as I just mentioned earlier, I think HD is a good brand. Maybe not for me, but for others it is. But I'll say, hey, you guys, you want to go see HD? Go talk to my friends down there. Go speak to who so go see them. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to tell people it's like, oh no, don't go see them. No, stay here, fuck them. No. You want to go see someone? Go see someone. Absolutely. Yeah, like, we don't have to agree with everything, but if you like them, you like that brand, whoever it may be that you want to go see, absolutely, go point in that direction.
That's why there is so many brands on the market. It appeals to everyone.
That's exactly the case. I've had people. It's like, dude, I don't like bull. I really don't like your formula. I don't think it's anything crazy. It's like, listen, man, congratulations, but I can't have you in the store. I really don't feel it. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. It's okay. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm not going to talk to you like for the rest of my life. But if you're not vibing with it, you're not working with it, okay. I just move on to the next person. You gave me your honest feedback. If you can't move, you can't sell it, fine. If you go blatantly tell me you're shit, the product is shit, you spike with dextrose, I'm like, hold on, dude, like, I'll show you the white papers, but like, don't say stuff like that. If you know that it's not going to work, just tell me. It's fine. Listen, we're still friends, and that's how it should be. Honesty is key. That's why I've sent out tubs to a lot of guys to do reviews, even Eric being one of them. Dave was recently another one too, a few other guys. They all came back to me. It's like, you got to work the flavor, man. You just have to work the flavor. It's a little bit gritty. It's like, absolutely, we'll go back. We'll do it again. So our second run of the blue raz and the cherry, we reworked it too, to make it just a little bit sweeter, less malic acid in there. But I need to hear the feedback. I don't need to hear criticism. I just need to hear the feedback. And there'll be guys like, dude, I just can't vibe with your product. Okay. I appreciate the honesty. I do. It's like, you're not interested at this time, I'm not going to force something down you. But there are brands who generally get offended. It's like, what do you mean you don't like us? Do you know who we are? Like, I've been in conversations like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Shane can talk a lot about that.
Yeah.
I've been in conversations like that.
It's just, listen, I know my clientele. I know my store. I'm just sorry, it's not going to work. And I can't get behind you myself. That's it. Yeah. That's on top of it. And I always ask my employees, guys, what do you think of X, Y, and Z? And they say X and Y is great, but it's like, dude, we really can't get behind Z. I mean, you can. It's like, no, I really can't either. So, guys, we're going with X and Y. So we need to, take everything as it comes. And if someone doesn't like 12 strong, someone doesn't like 12 strong. It is what it is. And so I think everyone needs to stop being butthurt out there.
Boom. Mic drop. You should have dropped the mic.
There we go. No, that's just my Just my take on it. I know not everyone's going to agree with me. I try to give everyone a fair chance to say what they have to say, but I've been in this long enough. Maybe not as long as you, gentlemen, but listen. If I feel the quality, if I know what's good, then I will continue to support you. If I just can't get behind your brand, but I'll just be honest and straightforward with you. Listen, I'll still be friends. I still want to help you out, but I really can't see you in my store at this time. I've had them who are open and honest. It's like, Alex, thank you for that. I work on this. I'll do that. And maybe we can come back. Dude, absolutely. Never told me people go fuck myself. Mind you, that's every day of my life. But it is the case. Yeah, that is. I think we just need to everyone needs to take it down a notch a little bit, because life is too short to get all huffy and puffy over, like whether someone likes my product or not. There's so much out there. There's literally so much out there. And we need to, guys, like, cool it on your ego. Everybody cool it on your ego. There's only a few brands in this world that can are allowed to have that ego and can say whatever they want because they know they're top shit. But à la fin de la journée, les gars, we're all out here to take care of ourselves, and we need to be able to work with everyone around us. Someone doesn't like your brand, someone doesn't like your brand, move on.
Just reminds me of that scene. I don't know if you've seen, Semi-Pro.
Yeah,
Will Ferrell movie.
Yeah.
Everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody. Everybody love everybody.
Sorry, it's just, when you were saying it, that all I had going through my head, Will Ferrell and his giant afro.
We're gonna have to make a meme of that right now. Everybody love everybody.
Yeah, we'll universally post it. I feel like, how long do these usually go, Lucas? You've done more of the Sean era final scoops than I have.
Usually close up with a 2-hour mark or something.
We got like 10 minutes.
I never track, the timer. I always go with the flow of the conversation.
Give me any direction.
Yeah, what I want to ask Shane before we leave off. I mean, you're the newsman to begin with. Has there anything popped up within Stack that you think it's newsworthy for us to share right now? We can talk about a bit.
Oh shit! Is this the thing where I can bring it up on a side screen?
Yeah, can you do that? That'd actually be really good. Show Boom.
I don't want people.
You can share the screen.
Bring up Lucas's.
I don't want people to see my tabs, man. I want
they just try to hide the Pornhub, and that's basically
Pornhub, XXX, OnlyFans. I don't want people to know where I get my inspiration from. What's
I don't have OnlyFans, but maybe Alex has.
Oh, I have all that. You want to see my feet?
You that kind of guy.
I do know. I was actually going to tell you something off air that I think was pretty cool, but I definitely cannot say it on.
We'll talk.
I do know that
we'll talk.
There is something giant coming from a very established brand later this month. Generally the news comes thick and fast in the first couple of months of the year.
Mm-hmm. That's
and there are some pretty giant things coming from companies. I would think this month. I think Muscle Tick's Peptide 185 was a pretty cool thing to see.
I love the case. I love that case.
I love the branding.
Yeah. I didn't get one, so thanks, Scott.
I'm still waiting on mine.
You don't even have to send it that far. He can just it's nearby. It's pretty close.
No,
I got one.
You're closer to British Columbia than I am at this point. Right?
Fucking New Zealand.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm in New Zealand right now.
Yeah, I know. You're probably closer than I am. It's French Canada. No, it's okay. We'll send it to New Zealand.
Oh, I did see this. I don't know if you saw the GNC X line.
Okay, Can you explain that one to me too? It will.
I don't speak to anyone from GNC.
And then why the hell did it land in your lap?
Because it was. I saw it in the. Someone sent it to me. They're like, "Oh, have you seen the GNC?" Someone asked me, and I was like, "I don't know what this is." So I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, it just launched today." So apparently, someone actually messaged me. I've spoken to some people at GNC before, but not they're going to send me some stuff, share this type thing. But someone said there was a GNC X beverage or energy drink that was in store, has been out there for a little bit. And then he went and bought it from a store, and he was told it was exactly the same as the Beyond Raw charged charge lit or charged the nootropic drink.
Yeah, they have a
Mhm.
legitimate idea of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, so that original energy drink that he got that was meant to be kind of, he was told is the same, had this branding on it. So I'm wondering if these are sort of like stepping stones for like the GNC X innovation name and how they got prototype on them. I wonder if these are like prototypes then get turned into GNC brand products or Beyond Raw products. Beyond Raw is obviously their house brand as well. Just purely because that was what he kind of suggested, and it does have that look about it. But it's an interesting series. If you, I don't know how to bring up these screenshot things that he does it so easily all the time.
I mean,
I'm gonna try and do it.
I think you're tech savvy enough. For everyone listening on radio, please stand by. We are experiencing technical difficulties.
Look, Matt, I usually do the screen
Play the
sharing
fucking
thing.
music.
Man, we gave you the responsibility today. Okay, step it up.
I'm trying to step it up. Like video file, share screen.
Yes, that should be it.
Is this it? What am I doing? Like,
Yeah,
can you see something?
Nope.
Nothing is working so far.
Fuck?
We apologize.
I don't fucking know. I went to this. This one's. Oh, there we go. Oh. Wait, what's happening?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Does something work?
There we go.
I said that's what we have to do.
Yeah, see, that's it there. Oh, look,
Yeah,
I got it.
right.
I got it. We got it. We're down.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it's like the test pre-workout, healthy gut protein, clear protein, as we alluded to earlier, and then Anytime Energy. Anytime Energy is an interesting one. I thought it was going to be like an amino energy. It's a superfood supplement with caffeine. Not quite what I expected. But yeah, it's pretty interesting line. I thought very interesting.
This
Coming
look-
from GNC.
This look reminds me of the Project X labels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah?
Project number one.
Project One.
Yeah. Project number one. Yeah.
He commented. He commented on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
He said, "This looks."
Fuck, I'm
Yeah,
good.
but I mean, I kind of see it, but then this look is as stripped down as you can pretty much get, right? Like
but there are some
they just have text.
similarities. You can see some similarities. It's not like
I think they use
shit, but yeah, you can see.
I think they use the same font on
Same
the
font.
titles, maybe.
Yeah.
But there's like, this is as stripped down as you can get. I'm trying to figure out what else we saw this week specifically. This was a cool one, I thought. Ghost All Out Legend made it into Canada.
Yeah.
Coming to a shelf near Alex.
Yeah.
No changes to the formula, which I thought was pretty cool.
I have no Ghost products except for the RTDs.
Oh, really? Yeah, I want
the hydration drink is coming out
to Canada too.
I don't know what's the story with Canada and
is Ghost
and
has a
healthy
massive
drinks.
presence in Canada or what?
Yeah, well, Ghost has a full presence in Canada. We just got the compliant RTDs on top of it. It's been like a few months now.
So they're probably gonna need to like make a compliant. Would they need to make a compliant hydration drink?
That's a tough one, to be honest with you. I feel like they'll just have to need like a bilingual label, French and English.
The bilingual, yeah.
Yeah. I know it doesn't really matter because it's a hydration. So whether it's in English or French or Spanish, it's just like whatever. Everyone knows what it is. So I can't say for sure if a formula is going to change. I would not know for certain. Protein does never.
The only thing that got it's electrolytes and they got the Aquaman and then they got Synactive. Synactive's the only odd one in there.
Synactive has a Canadian compliancy. That shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I would think
that would be interesting.
It would be a lot of effort for them to do the bilingual. That's the problem. I mean, I don't imagine the run they did on this would be small.
Is Ghost works with any like Canadian distributor or
it's Peak Performance out in Ontario.
Yeah.
They're one of the larger distributors in the country. They carry a lot of the mainstream brands like Rise, Alani Nu, Ghost. They do have Muscle Tech, Raw. See, but the CBUM series is very big for them. So, which is really good on their part. They gravitate to a lot of those brands that want that type of exposure. They're the best people to go to. They're still holding true to Dymatize at the Recon as well.
No.
Yeah. Diamondized is like Diamondized. I don't see as much anymore, but more for FDM. So, I guess there's some people who still want it, but like the wholesale price for that for Canada is ridiculous. Like, there's no point.
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one.
There we go.
There it is.
That's my double XL shirt.
That's my children's small shirt.
No, I did go and buy you a double XL. It won't be the same quality. Well, it's actually better quality than the ones that they're handing out, but I'm printing a couple before I leave. Obviously, I'm going to be wearing it to give out, and I need to get one for Ava, who's like size, knee sleeve. So she's she'll have one as well. But we're just tossing up whether to make it white or black or pink. I don't really know. She's very excited. But the other story, what's the other one? I just saw one that was cool to check out. Was the shit, did I lose it? No, I didn't. I know it's coming. Oh, my boys at MM Sports, Viking Power. Did you see their this was our international brand of the year?
Yes, they were. Was Strong Nation, the guys from India too, like another runner up, or
they were in the mix? Yeah. They had a solid start, those guys.
Yeah, they did.
That was
he wrote to me. He's like, I want to get into Canada. I'm like, okay.
It's not an easy. I don't know of any Indian brand that's gone outside of India.
That's another thing too. This guy seems super determined to do it. Whereas
same with South Africa, Brazil, very hard markets to come out of and go internationally.
Because USN came really strong out of South Africa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that they did it with a very strong business mind. They didn't bring the South African supplements to. They basically reformulate an entire brand. Like their line in the UK is not exactly a mirrored reflection of what they have in South Africa. Same with the US. So they changed a lot of things, and they understood it. They were like, we're not trying to sell South African supplements to everyone else. We're just taking our brand, putting it on a new bunch of products with similar names, and matching the competitiveness in those continents, because they do well in Australia as well.
Oh, that's a very smart approach.
They took a very different. Whereas typically you would be like an American brand. You'd say, hey, this is our number one selling pre-workout in America. It should do well in India, but it's like you can't try these things in different countries. But now these guys in Sweden. Jesus Christ, they've been putting together some solid shit.
Wow.
This thing I thought was pretty cool. It's an appetite enhancer for the hard gainer.
Hey, Alex, do you remember Black Hole from Control?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
So this was when I saw the increase your appetite, the description of it. The first product that come up to my mind was Black Hole from Control Labs.
Oh my God,
Did you see it on Instagram? There was like a whole thread of me and some other guys going back and forth, talking about the different appetite enhancers we had seen over the years. This being one of them, Muscle Meds did one.
That is not an appetite suppressor.
Oh, yeah, Muscle Meds had one.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
Muscle Meds. Control Labs Black Hole was the earliest I can remember.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. You take this before McDonald's. Ooh,
of course you have to bring up McDonald's.
You can stack it with GDA or something.
To be honest, though, he has put a bit of GDA in this. This isn't like he's got. I think there was. Oh fuck! Where the hell's the screen? I think it had a was it cinnamon or what the fuck did he have in there? It's a pretty good bunch of guys there. Like their supplement formulations are more in line with America than they are with like Sweden.
It's gonna be cool to see them.
Yeah, they're because it's a house brand from MM Sports, one of the biggest MM Sports and Protein Bolligate or Protein Warehouse in English.
Hey,
nice. The biggest guys in Sweden. And then Jim Patterson, sorry.
This branding reminds me of old school Olympus.
Yeah, there it is. That's what it is. Yeah,
bro. It's
I couldn't. Can you pronounce this? H and R which are two letters I've never seen after one another. Okay, so HRUNGNIR. I was
Hold
like,
on.
dude, I can't try. I can't do this.
No, I don't speak.
Well, I'm just gonna say hungrier. I just think it translates to hungrier because it makes sense. But some of the stuff that they do, like they've got all of their stuff is named after Norse mythology. So some of it you can pronounce pretty good, and some of it you just get to it and you're like, dude, I can't even get close to this.
That's really cool. I like that too. Just playing off their ancestry.
Yeah, they got what's some of their other ones? Bifrost, Tears of Freya, Thor's Mjolnir or Hammer.
Hammer.
I would say it's Hrungnir.
Hrungnir.
Yes.
That's a tricky one.
Hrungnir. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna meet him.
Today's Swedish.
I feel I'm gonna meet them, so I'm gonna.
They're Swedish. My aunt is Swedish, so I should ask her.
I'll get them. I'll say, look, line them all up and pronounce them. Just do it once, so I know. And then, like, some of them I get, but they're a bunch. It's a good brand, but I think there's a lot. There's a lot many.
They got lots. They got lots of stuff here, including from enzymes to mushrooms. Papaya, pineapple, enzymes.
Nice.
Cinnamon. Cinnamon is also
the approach
here.
Was to like help with digestion and gut health to kind of clear out the bowels to then
take it
naturally make. Yeah, not necessarily like enhance your desire to eat, but like clear it out in a sense. So I was like, dude,
the first ingredient is kiwi powder.
Oh,
yeah, I saw that. There was a reason behind it. I remember reading about it.
That is the first. That's the first
Actazin. Yes, Actazin. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. That's
interesting.
Nice.
They do some good shit. They would do well, I would think, in the US.
Yeah.
But because their entire company is like Swedish, it's not like they would have men on the ground over here type thing. But they got a nice, and being from there, like their whole vibe doesn't seem inauthentic. Like if it was an American company doing it, might not seem as interesting. But with this, it kind of gets that like, yeah, we are actually from there. Yeah. Nocco does well, Bear Bells does well. But there's plenty of action coming in the next 3 weeks. Obviously, all leading to the Arnold as well.
Is that the big announcement you have for us after? You're going to tell us off air?
The one I'm going to tell you after this is never going to make the light of day.
Oh, are you pregnant?
It might have, but it doesn't sound like it will now.
Okay, well, congratulations.
Yeah, it's not that. I'm never having another fucking child in my life. Okay, it's one. I did so much of the first one, like took her to places and stuff like that. I'm like, imagine if I have a second. I'm like, I'm not gonna do that with you. That'd be boring as shit doing it twice. And so then I'm like, she gets to 12 and she's gonna look back. She's like, why'd you take Ava to do all this, but not me? It's because you came second. Deal with it. But I would feel bad. And one is plenty. I feel like if you have one, you spoil the shit out of her. If you have two, you're always gonna have more in reserves. At least one, like that's your last chance. That's your only, and you get to do as much as you would with 2 to 1. It's great. She loves it. But we wouldn't know anything else. I'm definitely not doing 2. 1 is fucking ruthless. I've seen 2 in action.
Well, let's do one more cool product that came up this week.
Ooh, I gotta find another one.
Let's just do one.
Yeah, one more, and we're gonna close this.
One more. We're gonna close this. People have stuff to do apparently.
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
No, on a Saturday.
If you're watching us on a Saturday,
if
you're watching us on a Saturday, you deserve to just hang around until we finish.
No, you have no.
Oh, I go.
You listen.
I got one.
You listen to 3 bald-headed men bitch about supplements for a good 2
listen.
hours.
Comment.
Just to be aware, we're not all bald.
We're still listening.
Listen, you got that widow's peak coming in, bro.
Oh shit!
Oh,
here we go. Here we go.
All the way from.
That's your background, man.
This was a good. I thought this was pretty good. Like
this is really
credit. So obviously, a year and a half ago, the Nutrition Depot did the testing, found out that under
I
the
remember
UV thing, like there was the 15, whatever it was percentage of ecdysteroids, but there wasn't all Turk, which was the big drama. It was Gorilla Mind and HTLT that were tested. Fast forward to now, because after that HTLT changed the name of their Turkesterone supplement from Turk Builder to Icky Builder. Fast forward to now, they've apparently been on the lookout over the past however long to find an authentic Turkesterone source, and they believe they've found it all the way from the mountains. I don't know if it's from the mountains of Uzbekistan. That's what they said. I would be surprised if you have to feel like it's pretty inefficient to farm all the way up in the mountains. But what do I know? And they've got this authentic source, and they have provided testing that shows the standardization of authentic Turkesterone. So delivering a similar authentic amount as what they had, what people felt was in the original. Interestingly, though, as me and Lucas have talked about, the label confuses me. This is the facts panel that's on their website. This isn't. I don't think this is what's on the back of the bottle. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But they list out the yield of Turkesterone at 45, but they don't say where it's from.
Listen, would you say this label is accurate, Alex?
Well, now that Shane mentions it, I feel like it is missing something. The yielding percentage of it.
The ecdysteroids part, I thought, should read the source, which I believe is Uzbekistan AJGA, the same AJGA being the regular Turk source, but this is a better version. Where it says ecdysteroids, I thought that's where you would put the source, the dose, and then this is what you get from within it. But they haven't done that. They've got what almost reads as straight Turk put into the capsules. Right. That's how you read it, because there's no source. But I think on the back of the supplement, it does indeed have an actual source and then yield. I think this is just for display purposes.
Yeah, but I think at the same time, it doesn't make any sense, because if you are making a claim and you are listing the supplement facts. Oh, hold on. Your camera got
taking
off.
a shit. It's taking a shit. It's been a while. Yeah, I think this is because if you see if I can bring it up, there is I looked at it very close, as close as I could. They have it looks like on the bottle itself there is an actual, like the what we're describing. See if I can bring it up.
Can you go up? Because there was a photo of the bottle.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger for you.
Oh yeah.
See here? That looks like it says AJGA, and then it says standardized to standardized.
Yes.
So I think that, but I think because it just says AJGA, I think that I'm thinking that maybe they didn't want it to put, because maybe that might look like the original one. Mm-hmm. But my question is how much are we talking about here? Like, how much are we actually talking about?
Correct.
Because the standardization previously, because it was like 1%, I can't remember what the amount was. It's like, of this AJGA, 1% is Turk, right? So have they just found, like, it might not be 10%. We don't know what it is.
Have you reached out to them to see if they can provide more?
I did message them,
and
I messaged him on, and I said, "Hey, do you guys happen to have like the fact panels on the back, because it looks different?" But I'm suspecting, because previously it was 500, 10% provides 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what. So to provide this 45, since it's in 3 capsules, I'm gathering the percentage might be like 3% from AJGA. Because if it's 3 capsules, what are we looking at? Like 1.5 to 2 grams of whatever the main ingredient is. and then that then in turn provides 45 milligrams, at least based on this label.
Yeah.
So I would assume, like, yeah, the standardization of 2 grams to 45 is, I don't know, my math is great, but isn't that like a third? That's really low. If it was 1.5 and you're providing 50, that means was that 1%? 10%? Is that 1%? 3%? I don't know. But it's not the 10%. Either way, I had a lot of questions. And at the end of the day, he is saying that this is authentic, tested out, third-party lab or certified.
He's rectifying a wrong. That's
Yeah.
for sure, because he got called out on it, and he owned up to it.
I thought it was good.
I think
Hey,
that's good. I would like some more information, but already it's like, no, I think it hit him where it hurt, and he said we have to go back to the drawing board and come up with something better.
Yeah,
How many brands do you see doing that? They don't.
But
None.
at the same time, did you heard his video? Did you saw his video on it?
I watched the video.
The video is not only hilarious, but at the same time, it's just like it's so misleading, because he's saying that after one dose, he already noticed the effects. after one fucking dose, he already noticed the effect, the energy boost, and whatever the fuck he noticed. He noticed. So this gotta be some fucking magical thing, you know?
Magical thing.
He's Canadian. He's Canadian, right?
He's out in Newfoundland too, I believe. No, was it? No.
There you go. He's got to be telling the truth.
It's not always the case, man. We're not good people. We don't always say sorry.
You can say you are interested in
stocking
the product in your store. He will tell you the truth.
They don't sell in Canada, do they? I think this.
No, he doesn't. I think he's primarily just US, B2C.
There's no way he would get away with like this on his site, I would think, and like if selling to Canadians. I just can't see that.
As far as I know, I think there's probably a few gyms or small little supplement independent stores that probably carry his stuff. Only because it's within the region. But I can't say for certain that he's retailing it to other stores. He has probably no MPNs for this, and quite frankly, like, who cares? That's other thousands of dollars that's wasted. Just go online and go hard.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool to see him come back around and, like you said, right or wrong. I thought that was pretty, like, regardless of what you want to think about his label and all this, and like how it doesn't, some things, like, you know, he could provide the information. He's got the third-party tests, and he came back around on something that, you know, got called out on. I thought that was pretty honorable. Might be a good word.
Yeah, no, that is a good word. I think it is honorable. You never see brands do this. They either discontinue the product or they just keep pushing it and tell people to shut up and take it.
Yeah, exactly. I thought it was pretty cool to see him bring it back around. And yes, he is exaggerating. Maybe he is telling the truth, Lucas. Maybe we just need to try one dose, and, you know, at the end of the day,
you'll be fucking blown away. My hair,
you don't know, man. Maybe
growing. And my jaw,
my
jaw's gonna get smaller after that. I'm gonna get fucking slimmer.
We don't know, man. We haven't tried it yet. We can complain when we try it.
Yeah, we're gonna look like Ron Coleman overnight.
Dude.
The only way to try is buy his shit or go to Uzbek and grab that shit on your own.
So from Mongolia, you can go to Uzbekistan right after, right?
I can't. I'm not going to, but it's you know, it is pretty tight. No, Uzbekistan and all those other ones in that area, they all kind of mash together, and that's where the airports all collide, but they stretch quite far across like Eastern Europe, Middle East.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm putting it out there that you get an invite from someone in Uzbekistan just to see, like, their ecosteroid. They're Turk. It's like, we want to show you Shane Smith.
I was going to go. That was the country I was going to go to anyway.
Okay, really?
But then the reason Mongolia popped up because it was, you know, a third the way around the world for $280. Man, I like traveling, but that is a fucking deal.
That is
a goddamn deal. This is and I'm gonna do it again. McDonald's, damn good deal. That's part of the reason why I love that shit. Great
Yes.
deal.
Yo, man, you and my
Comes
girlfriend
out in like
are gonna have a
5
blast.
minutes.
It's McDonald's. I can't do McDonald's. I'm sorry.
What do you mean you can't? You can't do McDonald's? I don't understand.
No, I don't. I don't eat McDonald's. I refuse to eat McDonald's.
Okay, there's a difference. Okay, can you and you choose not to, or you biologically or physically can't?
Well, if I can find a way biologically or physically can't, I will. But I just refuse to at this point.
Okay. So you choose not to.
I choose not. I choose not to eat McDonald's.
I don't know if you know this, but they now do salads, Big Macs, McChickens, wraps, chicken nuggets, fries, milkshakes. They have everything something for everyone's in there. Just in case you're wondering.
Bro, that's such a cool story. I really don't give a fuck.
If you come to FIBO, they have one there too. Just so you know.
I'm in Germany.
fact,
I'm gonna go look for McDonald's. I'd rather get schnitzel and a pint.
Fucking sauce.
Just in case you were curious, you'll find in most cities around the world there is at least a McDonald's.
Man, I will find
a very convenient.
I will just to piss you off. I will find Burger King and eat it there.
Burger King? What the fuck is wrong with you? No. We do not do.
I'll find a Wendy's. I'll find an A&W. I'll find a Jack in the Box.
Wendy's I can get on board with. Burger King would not exist if McDonald's wasn't there.
I don't
to
think
be the cheaper alternative.
To be the cheaper alternative.
I think McDonald's set the value standard, and then Burger King was like, "We'll do a premium version."
I want to hear everyone.
That is the only reason.
I want to hear everyone's opinion. Who's still listening? If McDonald's is worth it at the end of the day, because I quite frankly don't. I'd rather Five Guys at that point.
What do you mean? Is it worth it? That shit comes out like clockwork, and if you're a kid, you get a free toy.
Oh my god!
How many places can you go get a meal and a free toy?
You know what? I'm pulling out of the Arnold. I'm pulling out of the Arnold.
We should, I think, instead of the reception on Saturday, we will all collectively go down to the Columbus McDonald's.
The title sponsor of the Arnold is McDonald's.
Oh, if he could get McDonald's as a title sponsor, I will have a burger.
I was going to say, if he could get, if they could get a title sponsor.
McDonald's.
If McDonald's would be a sponsor,
whatever you want me to eat.
If McDonald's would be a sponsor of the Arnold, the total price for the athletes would be like millions.
I feel like McDonald's doesn't want to be associated with Biden. I could be wrong. Maybe I'll ask them if they're there. I'll say, "Hey, Ronald, what's up? You want to sponsor next year?" I feel like it's right there, right? I feel like the image.
Yeah, let's do it. Like here, our ice cream machine now works, and there's a protein in each and every flurry. Yeah. There we go.
Exactly. McFlurry has added protein bar pieces. We're onto something.
The apple pie.
They can change one of McDonald's. Yeah. We can change one of McDonald's. We can put them in a stringer, still striped.
Yeah.
We're down.
We just changed the whole marketing strategy for McDonald's. It's
specifically for the partnership with the Arnold. It would be nice.
Just for the weekend, and then go back to being like gluttony and fat, but whatever.
Hey man.
Hey, I'm not knocking your business model. I just don't care for McDonald's.
Listen, before we piss off many people, let's close this up.
I don't think we're pissing off anyone. I think everyone loves McDonald's. I genuinely believe that.
Bro, I think you need to shut up.
You know what? Maybe next time we'll try and get a coupon code. Final Scoop gets you free small fries at.
Maybe Robic will do something.
How about this? You come to Montreal, man. I'll take you out to my McDonald's. How about that?
Are you saying your McDonald's is in your version of McDonald's? Or are you saying your McDonald's is in the one by you?
No. Just our version of McDonald's where you get poutine.
Wait, is that the buttery cheesy fries? Is that what that is?
Yeah, so that's with the gravy and the cheese curds.
The
squeaky cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, we have that. There's a place here that's like they do some style of food, and that's like apparently their big draw, the gravy chips and all this stuff.
Yeah,
we call it poutine. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
No, no. Well, the way you pronounce it is so it's Putin. Like you have to have a little French accent to it, you know. But the way you said it works.
There's a Z in there.
No, Putin. Tin. It's Tin. It's Tin, but it sounds Tin. Putin.
It's not the Russian. It's not the Russian president.
No,
right?
no, it's not Putin. No, no.
I'm hearing a Z.
There's no Z.
Oh, okay.
It's man, you uncultured swine. Holy shit.
No, I'm just telling you what I'm hearing. We all said poutine, and whenever we presented that to the staff, they always say that they would just go with it. They didn't stop and say, "Hey, you uncultured son of a bitch, this is not how you pronounce it."
I'll take you to get a good one. I promise. I'll eat it with you.
I did enjoy it. I will
I have
admit.
to have a couple of GDAs after that, and maybe go into a coma. But that's I think I'll be good from there.
100%.
Listen,
I'm down.
I should still have some black hole in my cupboard. So
Yeah,
I will grab,
send it on over. Send it on over. We'll have a couple of them. Okay. Anything else you guys want to add, or we're just gonna tell everyone to go eat McDonald's?
Just plug your shit.
Hey, I'm not telling everyone to eat McDonald's. I'm just saying it's a great choice when you want to have a cheat meal. It is a good idea.
Okay, let me do a plug because I'm you have to stop talking.
Yes, do your plug.
Do a plug.
Yeah, plug your stuff.
Okay. I don't know. Do you want to bring up the website? Or actually, no, fuck it. I'll just.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Oh, wait. Do you want me to bring it up?
Yeah. Can you bring it up?
I just closed it, though. Okay. Hold on.
For everyone who's still stuck around to watch, I feel so bad for you. You had to listen to 3 bald men today.
Holy shit. It's more like a record. Sean will have plenty of edits to do.
Oh, my God. Sean, I feel so bad for you, bro. I'm so sorry.
Don't feel bad for him.
This might be my first and last time, by the way. I might get canceled after this. Oh, there we go. Yay.
There we go.
Yeah. So there's our website. More will be added to it shortly. We are coming out with a post and a post that's more of an intro with the formulation. So we do have L-arginine, HMB in there, butane. We will have a good amount of leucine too, and a few essential amino acids. We do have 2 flavors as of right now. I will not drop them, but as you see, we got 3 flavors: blue raspberry, sour cherry, and my favorite is grapple, which is the apple grape, which is the one I have right here. And we ship anywhere across Canada, North America, and we'll even send it to Europe. So if anyone's interested, I do have a discount code ATF15 that you can get 15% off your purchase for a Bull Nutrition. We'll throw in some extra free swag too, especially if you DM me. I'll make sure to put it together for you myself. And we are looking forward to attending the Arnold Classic. So we do hope to see you guys there if you're attending. If not, give us a follow, shoot us a comment. We would love to hear your feedback and much more.
Curious about this post-workout.
Yeah.
What were you saying about the contents?
The content. So when I said a post, everyone assume it's a way. We are doing a post, which I think in this modern day we'll see it as an intra. We do have an ingredient profile that has HMB, source of leucine, magnesium, coconut water, arginine in there. It's something to have right after the workout. I can see myself having something during. Treating it as an intro, but we are going to primarily market this as a post, and I think more of a European clientele will be drawn to it. I know here they would be as well too, especially for our marketplace. I don't say it's going to be a bit of a harder sell. I think it's just going to take some time for people to wrap their head around the idea. But same thing when we had the struggle with like 12 strong. People automatically assume 10 grams of glycerol, it's going to get clumpy. It's not good. I'm not going to digest it well. I've not heard one person complain about. I've had not one person write to us say it got clumpy. We've even left the tub outside during one of the hottest summers in Montreal, and it didn't clump up whatsoever. So we know when we have something unique, especially if anyone has something unique, it's going to take a little bit of time explaining, wrapping their heads around it. But once you try it, you do end up falling in love with it. I saw people who write to me says like, I can't go back to what I was taking before that. a nice dose of caffeine, amazing pump, and the ingredient profile is like something I've never seen before. So I'm super stoked about that, and I'm looking forward to the post. So we won't have it ready for the Arnolds. I think we might have samples, but once the Arnolds are said and done, we'll probably have it ready in time for spring.
Nice. So post and intro, I'm assuming there's carbs and protein in there, or is it?
There's no protein. I think I'll have to look at the formulation again. I think there's a bit of clusterdextrin. We may have to alter a couple things because the 2 flavors that we liked are good, but we might have to add a little bit more sweetener or take something else of it. It is one of those harder products to really, really flavor. I have a flavor house here and I have a flavor house in the US. So we are getting flavors from them sooner than later to see if they're able to do that and then mimic it here. And that also brings me back to what I was saying earlier, that we have to start production in the US soon if we do get those other US clientele.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
yeah,
man. We're just looking to expand, and especially if anyone is listening, if you are a distributor or retailer or just a big fan, you want to get in contact with us, please write to us at Bull Nutrition or hit me up on my personal Alexander.T_Forian.
Shane,
any final words?
That's it.
That's it. Lucas, I still owe you samples. I have not forgotten. Just UPS was like whatever. And Shane, I guess I'll just see you at the Arnold's.
We're gonna see each other at FIBO, so you will give me samples in person.
I'll give you some. I want to send Robic some too. So when he's there and a few other guys as well. So I look forward to the professionals' feedback on top of it.
I hope when you will be at FIBO, you will catch up with Lars. So I will make it.
I do want to talk to Lars. It's funny. I've been talking a lot with Yamamoto too. I do want to catch up with them. There was at one point they wanted to come into the US, but that fell short. So, but I've maintained good relationships with them. There's a lot going on in Italy too. I don't want to get into a new conversation, but I've been seeing a lot coming out of Italy recently. I had my cousin send me a couple of interesting brands coming out of there. So I'm like, oh, okay.
We will chat after hours.
We will chat after. Okay. So I want to thank you for everyone for giving me the chance to be on the platform today. Like I said, long time listener, first time speaker, my boys, Lucas and Shane. Gentlemen, any final words before we sign off?
Thank you very much for another episode.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for wasting your Saturday and listening to 3 bald men, one of them with a great beard. And yeah.
Okay.
And having you back next weekend.
Yeah, this episode has been sponsored by McDonald's. Ronald McDonald's. Get yourself a Big Mac today. Use code STACK. Use code STACK to get 20% off a small fry and a protein McFlurry. Stack.
They don't do no discount. They give you that shit for free.
Oh,
don't forget about toy.
And you get a toy, action size figure of Shane.
Oh, fucking! I wish. Okay.
Okay. Goodbye, everyone.